What's up? Getting prepped up here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Sound test, sound test. Set my default microphone. Hopefully that doesn't screw anything up here. We're going to give it a shot early. All right, good. Big speaker. Good. I'm doing okay. Another week of 4 streams. So keep it rolling in April. Pretty economical for the both. Mine was a lot more. Very cool.
Back in 2001, when we first began working with Gary Gygax, he pitched this wonderful series of books to us. He called them the Gygaxian Fantasy Worlds, and what he envisioned was this encyclopedic set of books for role players, writers, game designers, the whole lot of us that we could use in making our games, creating our adventures, writing stuff for publishable content, whatever it may be. And there was really no end to what he envisioned this series to be. We eventually published The Canting Crew, The World Builder, Living Fantasy, 7 volumes in total. We had another 3 that were ready to go to print.
Tino, come on, man. Who's this running back that the Cowboys signed?
So the series was really open-ended. We are bringing these back. That's what this Kickstarter is.
Look at the ad I got running, Chuck.
7 books online ready to be printed.
Oh, Chuck's a Cowboy fan too, so I can bust his stones too.
Minimally out as
what was his name? Flanders or something?
Those will be out definitely in PDF, depending on how well the Kickstarter does. and maybe
What the hell is
even
Jerry
more than
Jones
that,
doing?
once we kind of
Hey,
push beyond the necessary stretch goals and all that mess. But welcome
I don't
to
see
the,
you logged
to the,
in,
what
Anna.
we're calling
So
the Gary Gygax World Building
I
Archives.
got one participant
and
in.
please give us your support. Share it around
Ned
if you
Flanders.
can. Pledge if you can.
Isn't that
Whatever
the
you
name
need
of
to
the
do,
guy
whatever,
in
whatever
on
you can do for us and the
The
memory of Gary
Simpsons?
Gygax, we very much appreciate it.
Trollord Games. Join the fray.
Join the fray. Whose voice is that? Jeez. Yeah. I was like, what the? Hey, whatever. Where did Pollard end up? Stream is very hard to get to start today. I'm confused. There you go. All right. 2 people entered the room. Well, we have a special guest joining us, too. A very special guest. Oh. That's just weird. So is it because your computer's already messed up from all the other stuff? All right. There we go. Look at that. You guys hear me?
Oh, there. I see something.
Anna, can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dennis.
I can't hear Anna either.
Anna, we can't hear either one of us. Can Anna's like a computer tech gal, and having all sorts.
She's on the plane of silence.
Yeah, she's on some. That's it, Royce Freeman. I guess, is that the one they saw?
Ring in the cone of silence. Get smart.
Yes.
Get the sound off of the Twitch screen.
Nothing. She's here. Thanks for coming on.
No worries. It's always fun.
These are my favorite areas too. The river and foreign quarter. Oh.
And this is two of the areas actually that I haven't done a lot of developing in actually. I'll see what I can contribute, but I've
this is going to be good. I got questions for you, and it pertains to, and we'll discuss it. They're definitely questions.
Don't want to spoil. No spoilers.
Yes, no spoilers for the audience. No.
Anna, do you know sign language? A bit.
For once, I don't feel like maybe she's having problems with it. Hey, Sosaurus Apprentice, thank you for all the comments on YouTube. Just note that that one you were talking about was 2018, 2019. I remember I was coming off strep, and I was like, I gotta run this. It's end of the year. It's my end of the year roundup.
Susurrus, isn't that one of those plant creatures that the wind blows through all the time?
Yeah, and they're actually in the Sus forest.
Oh.
Yeah, they actually are. They actually are indigenous. Yeah, they're in the what? Fiend Folio or Monster Manual 2? I always forget. I think they're Fiend Folio.
I think it's the Fiend Folio. Yeah, Fiend Folio.
And they're cool because they're rarely used. Apprentice of the Plants, yes. And I used one in an adventure a little while ago on a special game. They didn't fight it though. They let it be because it was making a whirring noise, a droning noise, and it was calming. My God, what was the monster they were fighting? It was calming something that was.
It's a dragon.
Yeah, it was. My gosh, I can't remember. I'd have to look and watch it. Shows you how old I'm getting. I got a funny age joke too. Yeah, Mike Disney. What's up, Mike and Durgam? Thanks, Mike. Let's come live. Anna's hopping in and out 'cause she's having mic issues and all sorts of problems, but she'll be on. I guarantee it. So, but I have as a surprise the legend himself, Malden himself,
Eric
Dennis
is
Tetro
oh,
tonight.
oh, I was
Yes.
gonna say, is Eric here? No.
Oh, come on, man. We love to have you on anytime you can come on. Thank you so very
It's
much.
always fun.
Yeah,
It's
this is
always
gonna
fun.
be a great discussion. Good day for soup. It's not too bad here. It's not wet and it was raining a little bit here, but not too bad now. Hopefully where you are, it's not awful weather
A
there.
string of thunderstorms passed by us a couple of hours ago. There were a couple of tornado warnings in Michigan, but
Oh, geez.
yeah,
Ugh.
that's
Uh,
not super unusual. We're our own mini tornado alley from Michigan into southern Ontario, so not anywhere near as bad as
No,
no,
still
nothing
nothing.
still on.
Because we
no.
got, and we know.
If I do like
There.
this, then
No, yes.
yeah, but it's the webcam mic. But is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. Then
If-
I'll work with that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Do you think it's your mic headset? Is
Well, it's always worked up until now. But it's-
did you do what I do when you have a mute button and you didn't realize you have it on mute, like I've done a couple times?
I don't have a mute button
You
that
don't
I
have a
know
mute
of.
button like mine does. Okay.
Oh, there
No.
may be one on your headset that
There
you're
might be one that I
unawares.
haven't.
Yeah, I'm
figured
thinking
out
that's
yet.
possibly what it is because I do
Let's
that all
see,
the
yep.
time.
Jay may have to modulate your sound because you're a little bit loud from my end. I don't know how you're hearing it, Jay, but
She's actually. Let me see when she talks again. So,
I'll do this. I can change it to if I'm too loud. Is this okay like that?
that's okay.
Okay,
Yeah, that's good.
because I can adjust it now. So
Yeah, that's
up or
good. So
down.
good evening, everyone, as we have our third tour, Free City of Greyhawk tour, as we're getting through the areas. We had Dennis
Sorry
on the
about
first
all this
time,
stuff.
and we went over stuff that he'd done living Greyhawk Journal Gazette.
second
2.
time I think you did.
Second one.
Was I the first or the second? I think I was on the second one.
Okay.
This is
You
your
came
third.
in on the first one. You were 20 minutes in and you popped in.
Yeah, it was the first one. It was the first one because
Oh,
when
was
you
it?
came in,
Oh,
we
okay.
switched over to what you. Yeah, I switched, and then we did the old city and the slums last time.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, yeah, Anna is awesome, isn't she? And
Oh yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
we got everything rolling here. So, Dennis was saying he hasn't really touched a lot of these areas we're going to talk, which is cool, which is really
Yeah?
cool to
There's
discuss.
some spotty areas. I'm looking at my at the new map, and there are some areas that I've been around, but I've spent less time certainly in these two areas, except for the river, the new area that I added.
Right,
That's
right, up here.
outside of the
Mhm.
walls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
area up here
yeah.
with all the W's. We could talk about that too.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
love last time when you talked about that thing, the old sewers and stuff through the
I guess they
forest
call
and,
that technically the wharf quarter. Maybe.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
you got
okay.
wharf
W's in
quarter.
there. But none of that's ever detailed, so we can get to that. That would be
Mm-mm.
great if we can get to that tonight. That would be perfect. So let me bring up another map. I got maps galore tonight. So here's a funny story. So
I have a bit of a surprising one for you later on as well.
Oh,
actually.
cool.
Ooh,
Cool.
awesome.
This one's another age story, Anna, that happens to me all the time. So
Mhm.
I'm in. I got my. I went to the urologist. I got my MRI. I'm waiting in line to check out, and an old man comes up in his walker, and there's a line like, "Hey, you don't have to get behind me. I know you don't have to move." And he's like, "Oh, thank you." I think he's his grandson, and he starts talking about ailments and stuff. And I said to him, "Yeah, it really sucks getting old, doesn't it?" He looks at me and laughs. He goes, "What? How old are you? You're not that old." And then we both guessed our age wrong by 20 years. So I go, "How old do you think I am?" He goes, 35.
There you go. Mhm.
And I said, "I'm 57. He's like, "No way." And he goes, "Well, how old do you think I am?" And I go, 75. And he goes, "You're off by." He goes, "I'm 95.
Holy crap!
Whoa,
Yeah, so we both missed by like 20 years. I thought that was
that's
funny.
good. Yeah, that's awesome.
So this section of the map is the river quarter and the foreign quarter, and they're like crescent moons inside each other. If you know what that from, so I'm gonna just bring up maps after maps after maps
Crescent
here.
moons.
Yeah, the way they're set, and I'll explain.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
like
they're nestled.
yeah, they're nestled, as you can. So this is the best one because I know it's not the best one. It's the best one to show it. So you got the 4 1/4 running here in an inside crescent, right? And outside here, the river quarter starts up here and runs on an outside, a larger crescent all the way around and down, all the way
Oh,
down
gotcha.
here. So
Yeah.
see, yeah, it runs all the way along the walls. But inside that's another. That's the 4 1/4 crescent. So they're like two, you know, moons within each other. But so by the way, giveaways tonight. Choice of, but probably if you don't have this, you probably want this, and that is the Free City of Greyhawk box set reprint. So.
Oh, it comes in a big print when you
Yeah,
order. Reprint.
absolutely. So,
Yeah.
courtesy of Canadian Gamer, with all the adventure cards. Yes, there it is. And all the adventure cards inside too, and all the maps and stuff. It's pretty cool. So, but you don't have to if you already have it. You can take something else, of course. So, exclamation point drawing, and we'll do 1 giveaway. We get a certain level hype. We'll do 2 like usual, and then we'll just see who hops on and have some fun with this. So. These are our go-to. Besides, you go into Clarksburg for like, a college, or going to Argent to pick up something. This is where my campaign, I should say, my city dwelling of Greyhawk in my campaign, it goes for the most part, and that is these 2 sections here in particular. And this is where I want to talk to Dennis because I want to see what he did with this, and that's going back to this map, which I guess is this a Schley?
Yeah, that's Mike Schley.
So
that's his redraw that was in
Expeditions.
I should pull it out too. Expeditions.
Yeah, absolutely pull that out because I'm going to be referring to it tonight a lot in our tour because this is a bear to cross-reference with the previous map, and I'm going to show you what I've done for years because I want to write on my color map. I have these black and white photocopies, and then I highlight stuff and write it all down. As you can see, this is cross-referenced with, look at this. This is a mess. This shows numbers on here with the expeditions, and then the R's with, the standard ones from the Free Secret box set, and barely anything matches up. It's a mess.
I mean, yeah, there were. Part of that is probably my fault. When I transposed the locations from the original to my redrawn, right? There's some things that had to be moved, just because. And so when Mike redrew, like he redrew by tracing over the outline of my original map. His map is an exact, building for building, tree for tree, match to that map.
That was my there's there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Wow.
No, Mike didn't move anything around. Now the thing with Mike's map is because when he was hired to do the map for Expedition, they only wanted to tag on the map the locations that were in Expedition.
Yes,
so there's no extraneous. No, there's nothing from the rest. If Expedition doesn't talk about it, if you don't go to it in that adventure, it's not on his map. It's just not. But the 2 maps are physically identical down to the. It was an amazing job. He did a great job on it. It was an amazing job, but down to individual trees and fence posts are. When I first saw his map, I was kind of surprised at how precisely he did go over it. No, they're 100%. Mike's map and my original 100% compatible.
That was my question for you, Dennis. Was that the case?
Yeah.
He went off your map.
Phenomenal.
Because you can see, look,
phenomenal match.
The Dragon Chess champion guy. What the heck's his name? The wizard. The one who's a seeker.
R25.
Yeah. So he's also in the Age of Worms. So wait a minute, I got so much stuff open here. Let me go to 11.
Kellic.
Yeah, Kellic's Tower is not on the regular one, but is on
No.
yours. So
Well, that's because
that is
Calyx Tower was only added in Expedition to Ruins. That's a new location to that adventure.
right. It's here, but yours. Wow, look at this. Is blank. So here they use it. There it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. No, he used the Eric used my map when he was creating the adventure.
That's awesome.
Even before Mike, was given the contract to do it, Eric used my map and picked spots that weren't labeled, picked spots that hadn't been used. So yeah.
Hey man, you ran it. That's all good. It's okay. Stuff I've run Forgotten Realms stuff, modules, and put them in Greyhawk and Dragonlance stuff.
Oh, I run Realm stuff in Greyhawk, so it's just fair to run Greyhawk stuff in the
yeah.
Realms. Absolutely.
I'm not holding it against you at all. All right. Well,
No,
that's
no.
going to make things easier because then we're going to be able to cross-reference a little bit better here with everything.
It'll match.
Yeah,
It'll match.
And then I'm going to relay back to mine here because I got locations on here that are in my campaign because we use
Well,
this area.
but don't use my LGJ map. Use the new one.
New map. The new map is better
because the new map includes all of the expedition locations on it.
Oh, I see. Look at that.
I added them. So you'll see R24.
There you go. It's Calyx Tower.
On the new map is Calyx Tower. Yeah.
That is awesome. Good. And it's clear too. So, all right. I'm going to
dump when I created the new version 2.0, I included everything from Expedition that's there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all there.
That is fantastic. So, now we got
I'm getting flashes here.
No, I'm glad you came on. Wow, that explains a lot right in this. And once again, if you don't have this, get it in PDF at minimum. I highly recommend it.
It's good.
It's really good. It's really good.
I got my copy. Well, I cheated though, because Eric sent me a free copy and had all the guys sign it.
Oh, look at that! Oh man, look at that. That's awesome.
Damn, I just have an unsigned radio.
You're gonna have to pry my copy from my cold dead hands.
Yes.
But all three of them. Eric got all three of them to sign it.
Yeah, I have
awesome.
to carry mine around the convention circuits, and I can probably get mine signed.
Oh yeah,
all of them.
We could have done it this year. I could have had him sign anything.
Oh yeah, I met.
Oh
I met all of the Met conventions and various stuff over the years. So I guess I could have. Yeah.
All right, so we got some good giveaways tonight, and we also got, we're going to have this great discussion. Please feel free to ask questions as we go in chat. As we're going to talk about this area, and like I said, the river and the foreign quarters. The most action I've had for the I don't know, almost 30 plus years. I mean, it came out in 88, 89. Yeah. So what's up, Alex? Cold dead hands. Yes. So Dennis is a lich. No, I don't know about that.
A Soul Lich.
Yes. I just used a Soul Lich.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Absolutely. I just used a Soul Lich in an adventure.
I created a Soul Lich before the Soul Lich was created. Actually, one of the main antagonists of my main group of players was the Lich from the.
That's awesome. Did they give you credit for it? In the second edition, it was in the what do you call it, supplements. The annual.
Well, he was created when we were still playing first edition.
Wow.
Actually.
I'm curious if he got credit for it.
Well, no, I mean he's a Lich and he was Soul. He was part of the original Soul Council, and so. It was totally off topic, but yeah, my characters encountered him and he had it out for him from the start, and they never could figure it out. And in the end, they found out that much later a lot of this it got built up over time. It wasn't something that I originally planned from the get-go, but one group of them actually went back into time to the week of the Twin Cataclysms.
Nice.
And so when they went back, they saw the living before he became a Lich. They bumped into that wizard. Of course, he hadn't encountered them yet, but they knew who he was, and they caused serious trouble for him.
That's awesome.
So when they got back, they realized, holy crap, we just created our own
Self-fulfilling.
destiny in the
Yeah.
past, because
Yeah.
that's why he's so pissed off at us, was because we screwed him over when he was alive, and ended up becoming his,
Thanks.
1,000 years later, he's after them now, trying to get even for what they did to him back then.
So,
So
Sosaurus, just you probably don't know this, but I'm right typing it in here. Malden and I have almost the same length of campaign in the 40 plus
yeah,
years.
Yeah.
So just so you know, it comes from an area of Dennis is. It's funny how our things diverge and our rules are slightly different, but we have a lot of things in common. So it's going to be
oh
a
yeah.
really great discussion.
Well, we have to, because back when we started, there was nothing else. Greyhawk was it.
That was
Yeah.
it.
When it,
Right.
if you,
Well,
that was the only setting you could
For
pick. Really.
TSR, I mean, you have Wilder
Yeah.
Lands.
Oh
you
yeah, there were
have-
other
Oh well, yeah,
non-DD,
no,
yeah,
you're right.
but
third-party settings.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, good question. We'll take that. Normal Lich and the one you mentioned. A Soul Lich absorbs when they die. They their body wears out, and then they take another living person. So they're walking around inside, taking people's bodies.
That is instead of becoming a demi-lich, so to speak. So
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're way worse than regular liches.
But it's interesting when it comes to the foreign quarters. It's interesting. In Gary's version of the city, the foreign quarters is on the eastern side of it, and
Right.
TSR's version is on the western side. In some ways, to me, it's a little bit where the foreign quarters seems it's like the place you can be without a permit or
Yes, that's the rules.
yeah.
Mhm.
So to me, in some ways, it would be more natural to have it on the river side, close to the river, so to speak. But my guess is that originally the city in Gary's version was that the Bastion Island was the original
Right.
Greyhawk City, so to speak. That small island that is in the Grey Run, and that was the original part of the city. And then they built the foreign quarters on the other side of the river, and kind of as the kind of where the merchant activity and stuff originally happened. And then when the city got expanded, then the foreign quarter was kind of engulfed by the new big city, so to speak. And it grew kind of, or the old quarters grew. That was the new city back then, and foreign quarters was the southern part of the old quarters, and then the whole new city was built outside. So the Gary's version kind of makes sense. I'm just thinking of in the future, my version of it, I might want to have like a tunnel from the river into the foreign quarters, so you can actually go to the foreign quarters without having to be allowed into the bigger part of the city, so to speak. So you can kind of keep the riffraff in one place, so to speak, and then you have to pay a handsome fee and a toll to get into the main city and be kind of So these are possibilities you can play with if you want to.
So you want the big,
alternate explanation is that Gary didn't plan anything and he just threw it all together.
Oh yeah, I bet that the city just grew a little bit here and a little bit there.
You just piece things together.
Dennis, so I know on your map here, you're like, why would they intermingle? But you have all F's down here, and then we go. I think this is a diesel map, right? There are R's down here.
I'm not sure who did that map.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is either.
Okay, we'll see if we can find something.
It says cartography diesel in the box set, but I'm not
okay,
sure.
then it's probably diesel.
Yeah, but some of that also may have been some of the local maps in the books. Right. So I don't know. It might have been diesel. It might have been. I never could figure out for sure.
Well, I'm gonna have him on soon, so we'll ask him.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. So well, all right. Why don't we start somewhere here? And so the foreign quarters inside, and let me go to your map here. The foreign quarters inside the almost completely inside, but it does stretch down to the low market, as you can see. It goes all the way down to the low market. I know you have a whole bunch of new places added too, which are cool. Thanks, Keith. So let me bring up our
well, and one of the things, and you've talked about this in the previous streams as well, is one of the things that I felt should be removed from inside of the city was the slaughterhouse and the merchant caravan areas and that. And I figured that was better to put outside. So I put that to the southwest.
Okay.
and made space for more buildings in the inner part of the city in those areas.
Cool.
Because
And we'll go
yeah,
over. We can go over all those changes now that you're on, which is great, to get a true tour. So let me make sure I can flip back and forth. Okay. If things are different, Dennis, just let me know.
Yeah.
So F1, we're up here, and this is the main processional running up through to the gate here. And like I said, you'll have, for some reason, they said a river quarter runs along the wall up top and then swings down. And there's a whole bunch more here that Dennis has detailed all the expeditions ones here with certain numbers,
Yep.
which is great. But we start here. We'll do the foreign quarter first since it's smaller, or
Sure.
in theory it's smaller. So you got the Mercenary Guild Hall now. This is where I got my idea for the Mercenary Guild Hall for Altamira and everywhere else. This is where you register, and you can get hired for adventures, and you can register your entire adventuring group. So it does exist. It's not like I made it up from scratch, right? There is a Mercenary Guild Hall in Greyhawk, right in the foreign quarter, and I guess they placed it in the foreign quarter because there is where you're allowed to, if you're not a citizen, that's where they want you to live, in that section. So when you come in, and it takes 7 years of actually 7 continuous years of living in Greyhawk before you can apply for citizenship, if I recall the book. So, and where's the red light district at? Well, that's in the river, partly in the river quarter. I think the Silver Garter is right there, so we'll get there.
Yeah, that's the better known, but it's not the only brothel. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the biggest one. It's a huge building, right?
It's the classy one.
Yeah, it's the
Sort
classy
of.
one. That's right. Unlike
Sort
the
of.
Tickling Feather in Altamira, which
Yeah, there's a classier one in the Garden Quarter, I think, but Garden or High, but yeah, as far as River Quarter, red light, yeah.
And River Quarters they're both fun places. Now note, if you go by the Free City Greyhawk box set, the River Quarter, and I think it's the Foreign Quarter as well, not the Thieves Quarter. Is it the River Foreign Quarter where the two thieves are plotting against the guild? I know one's the River Quarter. I think it is. I think it's those two.
I'm not sure.
Well, the main thief headquarters is in the old city in
Yeah.
Right, but
in-
they have commanders each.
they have like sub headquarters in other. They have
Yeah, they have local
one is
chapters.
mentioned. Yeah, one is mentioned in the Gord books that they have another headquarters. I think it's in the River Quarter near the.
No, there's
docks
one
and
in
stuff.
there's one in every quarter but the slums.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, every quarter there's a
But there are, but if you go to the low life, there are two. If you want to do this, and we did an entire Thieves Guild War here, where it was low life. Is that number? What chapter is that? 5, 7, 8. I always forget. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give everyone headaches. It's got to be before that. It's got to be 5.
So Old City is that in the TSR version divided into beggar, brewer,
low life,
thieves, and
page
labor
38
quarter?
of FFF, folk feuds and factions.
Okay, there we go. I got it. I'm sorry, Ann. I missed that question.
No. Yeah, I was going to say what the Old City. What different quarters are that one divided into in the TSR version?
It's just the old city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no
in the-
subdivisions of old
Oh,
city.
okay.
Well,
the
there's
Gord
Thieves
books-
Quarter. Old City is Thieves Quarter and Assassin's Quarter. Those are the two areas.
Okay, in the Gord books, it's beggars quarter, brewers quarter, thieves, and labor quarter.
Yeah, they have a more
Yeah.
neighborhood level
Mhm. Yeah.
division.
But it's
yeah.
all
Yeah,
the
that-
old
that
city
comes
in
more
the box set.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
foreign quarter is one quarter, but has a separate wall around it inside. So
Yeah,
it's
no, there's
walled
no
off.
walls at all. That's that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So here it is. Thomas Rotek is the leader of this. So Thomas covets the position of guildmaster, is presently biding his time, amassing his forces, ready to launch a takeover bid. So this so that is the river quarter, and then I think the other one is the foreign quarter with thief.
Well, I think all of the sub-level leaders in
No,
the
it's
guild,
not. That's
they're
the
all
Weasel.
after each other. They're
Yeah,
all
that's
after
the
each
Weasel.
other.
Maybe it's the old city.
Oh yeah, well, the Weasel is Master Thief for Foreign Quarter.
Yes, but he's not part of the plot. There was 2 of them involved in the plot, and Rotek was the leader of the 2. So yeah, all right. just note that for everyone that there is a plot going on, which you can play out if you like thief gilding adventures, which I always loved. It's a fun thing to do. So that's why we had an entire group called the Grey Company, and that's exactly what they did was, fight that entire war, and it went on for, I think it went on about 2 years of real time. It was fun. It was a real blast. So okay, so you got the Mercenary Guild Hall, and then you have the Grand Inn, the Silver Dragon as F2. They're all Dragon Inns everywhere. There's like every different color you can think of. Dragon Inn, yeah. So it has 3 different restaurants. This one
a lot of originality there.
Yeah, exactly. There's drinking halls. There's a rowdy section, a real nice section in here. Olaf Al Azul, odd mixture of a barbarian mother and desert silk merchant father. So there you go. And he is an 11th level fighter, so he's nothing to sneeze at with that. So that's the Silver Dragon. Let me go. I'm going to keep on popping back and forth here to maps. I got so many maps open. That's F2 right there. And next to it, F3 is another guild hall. So there are plenty of guild halls here in Greyhawk, and this one is the Sages Guild Hall. So which is, it says it's an all male preserve. That's weird in here. Yeah, I've never used this building in my life. Dennis,
I forgot that. Yeah, that but there was one more quarter in the old city, a slum quarter.
No, slum quarters in here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but in the gourd version of the city.
There's no garden quarter or high quarter.
Oh yes, but they're in the new city. They're not in the old city.
Right. All right. So okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So
there's a whole bunch of them. There's Garden High.
River, Foreign, and then the old city, but they got a whole, so in the box set they separate the slums out. A very small piece though, and Dennis, remember that's one of the things we did. Dennis did a lot of additions on it, which was great.
Oh yeah,
a lot of additions to it.
Much better.
Yeah, really much better. It really was not very good. Rob, I always when I'm doing your shout out, I hit that there. I hit Phoenixy all the time. I'm sorry about that. All right, so you got the Sages Guild Hall, then you got the Money Changers Guild Hall. So we're guild halling it up here in this section of the city here. That's F4, and that's deep in here. There you go. Dennis, let me know if there's any changes from these over. You got F4.
Well, Money Changers F6 on my map.
Oh, it's F6 on your map.
Yeah, okay. F4 was
there it is.
The Blue Dragon Inn.
All right, so the Blue Dragon Inn. Alrighty. So we do have some differences here. Blue Dragon Inn is F5 on this one. All right, cool. Get the money, and then you get the Blue Dragon.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened there.
That's all right. So the Blue Dragon Inn is a poor sister in quality to the Silver Dragon. So yeah. So it's basically a copy knockoff. It's success breeds copycats, and the thieving someone's great place. Even here. So getting ready for Saturday there, Rob. Man, I got a tough one for you guys. I always say that, and you guys always kick my ass. So BattleTech game Saturday morning. It's going to be our special game of the week. So so that, and this is run by Philippe Namars. So, yep. All right. So what's your F6? I got a city workhouse for F6.
F6, I've got Money Changers and Pawnbrokers Guild Hall.
Okay. So, okay. Let me see where we're gonna bounce around.
Why is there a difference? Why are those differences there?
It's okay. You obviously knew something. All right. Why isn't that popping up? There it is. Come on. There we go. So here's F5, F6. As you can see, how much more spread out this map is. It's just crazy how much more it's spread out it is. F6 is a city workhouse. So
I think there were a couple of the places that I had to move the locations because the buildings were. One of the things is the buildings were inappropriate sizes. I think.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, Storm D and Phantom.
So as I filled in the space, I created buildings that were kind of more appropriate.
It's a much better map, Dennis. I mean, it's a home run, absolutely. All right, so we got in this one. Look, this one F7's got like a fence around it. I think that's a penal. Is that the penal one? Take a look. It's Duke Garen's house. F6 on that map's a city workhouse. It says the penal houses. Oh God, listen to me. Penal institution houses young offenders who are judged too redeemable to be placed in keeping with the hardened criminals. So it's use in young men here. So they
Is that my city workhouse?
probably yes. Yes. What number you have that for?
Oh no, you have city workhouse. There's F6.
Yeah. On your map,
Yeah.
do you know what it is?
City workhouse is F7.
F7. So it's right here, right across from the money changer.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. And yeah, so F5, I'm assuming is the Duke's building.
F5, I have a listen merchant headquarters.
Ah, that's new. That is completely new. Here it is. F5 is the Blue Dragon Inn, but that is F7 Duke Garen's house on the original map.
I have a feeling. Hang on a sec. I have a
Interesting.
feeling
We're learning some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
that F6.
Yeah, there's F7.
Money change. Yes, that's it. The reason why the numbers have changed on my map is because Roger changed them in the Adventure Begins.
Ah, so we blame Roger.
So I went by because it was the newer publication
Right,
at the
2.5.
time,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So Eric and I went off of tab.
Okay.
When we renumbered, well, we didn't renumber. We used Roger's numbers.
Well, it makes total sense.
And that explains the offset.
Okay.
Because between the City box set and the Adventure Begins, there are some differences. Like I think the Duke is gone. Does he get? I forget now. There's a reason why that changed.
Where do you have it? F5.
And it was at F5 is the Elysian Merchants headquarters.
Well, that used to be his house. It's the same building.
Yeah, and I get a feeling
Okay.
that Roger wrote something about that somewhere.
Well, if we can, yeah. So Duke Garen's house is self-declared but nonetheless feared boss of the foreign quarter. He probably gets his butt kicked at some point, right? He hails from some distant unknown land, and Garen is all that remains of his unpronounceable name. So he is he thinks he runs the foreign quarter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Roger did something nefarious to him.
It's okay. That's fine.
And that's why he's removed. He's removed from the.
So no gangster in the foreign quarter.
Well, it depends on what year you set your campaign in, right?
Right. Yeah, he says he offers loans to those turned down by the money changers at only slightly higher rates of interest. Yes, well, okay. So he also operates very quietly a bookmaking service for events at the pit. If the Thieves Guild should learn of this, which probably they did, the Duke's life would be forfeit. So there you go. What's up, Gabriel? Having some fun here with this discussion. Now, what number you got the pit for, Dennis?
The pit is F8.
Yep, here it is.
It's big. It's a big spot. It's an important location in the quarter. So
Yeah.
it's got a lot of floor space.
Did you ever utilize the pit?
Not really. Not in my campaign.
Okay. It does have some fun stuff here. It is a scene of many types of gladiatorial combat. Now, you think the arena would be, but no, the underground stuff they do here.
Well,
That's
here's
like the
something
Fight Club.
interesting that
Yeah.
you might like here. In the description in Roger's description for the pit in the Adventure Begins, he says the nearby Cartographer's Guild Hall was purchased in 585 CY and added to the structure. The map makers purchased and moved next door into the former home of Duke Garon following his unfortunate mishap with some hellhounds.
Ooh, awesome.
CF4, and so F4 is the Blue Dragon. The owner, Felipe Namares, was incompetent and his inn had few customers.
Right.
But Felipe, a former mercenary, is backed by foreign quarter loan shark named Duke Garin. When the Duke was found to be running a bookmaking operation at the pit, he had a sudden and unfortunate accident at the menagerie of Lord Hanway of High Quarter. It is
Whoops.
whispered that the Thieves Guild arranged the
Yep.
Duke's tragic visit to the Hellhound exhibit, since the thieves enforced a strict monopoly over gambling operations.
There
So
you
the
go.
Duke ran afoul of the Thieves Guild and they offed him.
Yeah.
So there's your explanation between the real estate changes.
That's good.
Mhm.
Like I
I
said,
love it when it comes with stories like that.
yeah, and you can utilize whichever one you
Mhm.
want. So the
Yeah.
Cartographers Guild gets moved,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So F9, and you got a City Watch Station, which is F10. So I'm assuming you still have a City Watch Station.
Yep, City Watch is still F10.
Tri-
We're out of the renumbered or
Oh, okay.
refigured areas, I think. I think we're back on track to both books being,
Okay.
compatible. This box set and The Adventure Begins.
Translators Guild Hall is F11.
Yep.
Another place I've never used. Here it is. As you can see, this crescent comes around here. And there you go. There's F11. Yeah, right there. My guess is that some of these are going to be river quarter numbers that you renamed numbered as we'll see here, Dennis, what we got here, and we'll try and do our best here to coordinate all this for everyone because this is kind of fun. All right, Red Serpent Restaurant, another F12, small but slow growing and very loyal clientele. So pepper and rice dishes. So it doesn't say much about the owner or anything. So you can leave that to your desires. You want to make changes.
One
Then
of the many areas of minimally described.
yeah. Well, considering they did
locations.
this all in a weekend, right?
Yeah,
Looking
yes,
at
they
that,
did,
yeah.
actually.
The guild.
Sounds a little bit like bragging when they.
Yeah,
really-
absolutely. The guild station of the Night Watchmen. The Night Watchmen are awesome. I love the story of them. And we got that here at F13, where where the hell is F13? I'm looking on your map for 13. I should probably go to the thanks, Josh. Let me go to the easier to see stuff map, and then cross-reference it. Boom. There's 12. There's 11. 13's not on either map. Am I missing it?
F13. Guild Station of the Night Watchman?
Yeah, I don't see it. Unless that's a 13 right there. That certainly looks like an 11.
F13 is just south of F6.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's up higher.
Yeah, it's higher.
Oh, there it is. Oh, geez. Look at that. There you go. What's going on, Josh? There's F13, Guild Night Watchman location. And then one of the cooler areas here, Barrow Heights. Really neat. F14. So a lot of, and if you, let me go to mine. Is it this map? No, it's the other map. Let me go to my other color-coded map here. So here's the bottom of Barrow Heights. So this is on the photocopied one where I'm highlighting all the crossover locations. But so you can see here. So F14. So John, Tim's dad, Petronius Niger Took. He's a druid thief. He stays. He's got a burrow here. And then when Pete and John from Pete and John's Teamster service come to town, they stay with him in Barrow Heights. So there you go. That's a location for them in there. So pretty cool. Yeah, it's a cool idea here, and it just talks about and it's only that's it. It's one small paragraph. It's quite popular in city dwarven and halfling residents, as well. Those humans have spent a trifle too much time away from the light of the sun. So that's Barrow Heights. Now that ends the foreign quarter in here, but there's a lot more on Dennis's map.
Oh
So,
yeah.
so and I bet you, I have a feeling some of them are river quarter sections, but let's take a look here. Let's see what we got. I'm bouncing back and forth a lot. All right. So you got, what's F15 and F16, Dennis? What do you got here?
F15 is the Nyrondes Traders Hall,
Yeah,
and F16 is Little Ket.
my guess is they're both in the Roger Moore books.
I would probably suspect that's
Yeah.
true. Let me see.
It sounds
Let me
like it.
pull up.
Little Ket.
Past
Yeah.
F. There's Borough Heights. There's the Nyrondes Trader. Yep, yeah, they're all in Rogers.
Okay. So,
Rogers ends his F's end at F16. Little Ket is his
all right.
last
So his
F.
last two, 15 and 16. Little Ket, that's a cool concept. So, you want to have a back loony mixed place. It's like going to Disney World and all the different locations. There's Little Ket. Nice. So excellent. But you got a lot more. So you got all the way up to 28?
Well,
Yeah.
technically no.
Okay.
Technically it goes up to F69.
69?
Technically.
Wow.
Because
Oh wow.
it goes up to I have up to F31. Now,
Right.
some of those are locations from my campaign.
Oh, you have this on the bazaar? That one?
The last few F26. Some of these are from the cards.
Oh, okay. You have noted
the Whistling Fish and Grunab are from let me see, Silver Garter, Temple of Sartherian, Fallen Mage Townhouse, Whistling Fish, and Grunab's Residence, the guy who owns the Whistling Fish. Those are all, and the Bathhouse, all from the cards. Those are from the adventure cards.
What number
the
were
box
those?
Set. Fallen Mage Townhouse is F20, Whistling Fish Tavern is F21.
Yep, here it is.
Then Grunab, the guy who owns the Whistling Fish, is
22.
F22.
Right next to it, right there.
And that's a card. The Abandoned Bathhouse F23, that's a card.
Right, okay. F23.
I think that's the Hopping Prophet card. I think that's that one.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome that you did that.
The Hopping Prophet.
These are all on your website, correct?
Yes. I'm right now the numbers that I'm reading is the index on my website.
Good. That's awesome. All right. So
it's easy. It's easy for me to get at.
Right.
It's the index on the website. Okay. So then after that, F24 is from my personal campaign. F25.
Oh, that's okay. What is it? What do you have? F24.
Cardus the Sage. It's an NPC sage.
Oh, here, right here. This tower outside the Borough Heights.
Yep. So he's an NPC sage that a lot of the groups that I've had.
That's awesome.
Have
and it's on the map, everyone. It's on Dennis's site, so you want to use it, you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Sir Lemagin Sterich.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's a card as well.
Yes. Now I have him on my map. I'll show you where I put him. We probably put him in two different spots. So let me go.
Probably.
Here. That's okay. I got it right here. So I have him. Wrong one. It's the other one.
Do you remember where he's from?
Yeah. Sturridge.
No, I don't. I don't mean his home. But what product was he originally
from the Ashes.
Oh, okay.
He's a Knight of the Heart.
From the Ashes.
Isn't he? No, is he a Knight of the? He's a Knight of the Watch or Heart or whatever.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
So
yeah,
here it is.
Yeah.
Look where I put him. I put him on Horseshoe Road, right here in this. I figured I'd give him a small building. So across.
Okay.
From, all right. So what number? All right. There you go.
I have him as F25.
All right. Let's take a look. There it is. That's 28. Wait a minute. 25.
F25. Where's F25?
I think we're close. That's 29.
Oh, right next to F1.
All right, so we're not far, dude. We're on the same block. That's funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like 6 houses away from mine, because mine would be right about here. Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
okay.
pretty close.
That's.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at
Great
all.
minds. It's either great minds think alike or fools seldom differ.
Considering we did that 30 years ago, I did
Mhm.
mine.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there
yeah.
you go. That's F25.
So
Okay.
Porble's Pawn Shop is F26. That's a card from the Ashes.
Right.
Um,
There you go.
then F27,
Yep.
and that's Kelas Arnad.
Okay.
That's either, I think
Hey,
that's from
Patrick.
the Ashes as well.
Okay. That one
And
I
the
don't know.
Great Tower of Laws Toron, F28.
And what is that?
That
Uh,
it's either from the Ashes or it's one of
I see 29 and 30. I'm looking for 28 and 31.
was it something that
Oh, here it
Eric
is. Oh, it's a
created?
tower.
I can't
It's a
remember
tower.
now.
Right. There it is. Right there.
Okay.
It's got to be a mage or something then, huh? A sage or a
Yeah.
mage or?
Yeah. No, it's a mage.
Okay.
I don't remember where that guy came from.
Okay. And we got
Actually, wait a second. Let me go to my NPC list.
Oh, you want? Yeah. So, Chris, scroll back up to Mountain Site. Alex did it here. Let me redo it. Copy. I think
Why
I
didn't
copied
I
it
think of
properly.
doing this earlier?
That's okay. Whoops.
My
No.
NPC list, Laws Tehran, Laws, because my NPC list has
Is everyone
401 characters
that are their published source?
from published or original from the city of Greyhawk alone.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Yeah, 400, over 400. Laws Tehran. He's from, Eric wrote him up in Living Greyhawk Journal number 5.
Oh wow, it's like the last one, isn't it?
Yep, that was the last article we did. Yeah, okay, so Laws is an Eric creation. I thought the name seemed
What
kind
is he,
of
a mage?
Mona-ish. Yeah, well, he's technically a chaotic neutral sorcerer.
Okay, well you can make him a mage. I hate sorcerers.
Yeah, I know.
Dennis and I.
16th question mark.
Okay.
Do you have a sorcerer class, Jay?
No.
No, you don't. Okay.
No.
Of all the classes you have, you didn't never.
I don't like that it's
adopted
based off
this also.
charisma, which makes I don't think that makes any sense, and
For me,
just
it's-
recast the same spells so many times. I'm
I,
like,
I think it's cool. Do you have like a seat of the pants arcane spellcaster who goes by talent rather than study, so to speak?
but I would like a mage to develop as that way instead of having this. I don't know. It just felt like it felt too video game-ish. Oh, I got
Okay.
4 spells and they're all combat spells. They're never shitty spells. They're always the
Well,
combat spells,
take a
right?
technical whatever spells, but
Right. But no one
Yeah.
ever
Mhm.
does mending. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
because you play with too many min maxers. No, but no, but that was to push it a little bit too far. But I think when you have so few spells, then of course you make
Yeah.
them more like flash and bang spells.
Yeah, it never appealed to me, the sorcerer. I would rather have, so we have it like that our maester can learn scrolls, can actually cast scrolls based off of certain classes, so they can get a
Uh-huh.
mix of them.
It's a bit like the old thieves could too.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
the thieves couldn't do all of them. They could do clerics and stuff. So like
Mhm.
maesters can like do whatever class they choose, you know,
Yeah.
as their ability. So I don't know. it didn't appeal to
I
me.
was just
the sorcerer.
curious because since you like a lot of different classes.
I
so-
do, but I prefer having
Yeah.
a Greyhawk mage over a sorcerer any day, right?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
the Greyhawk, you know, with the variety of spells, or it's a good question, or having the wild mage over a sorcerer. How about you, Dennis? Your thoughts on sorcerers?
Yeah, no, sorcerers don't exist as in second edition rules that I use, so
And they came as
yeah.
one of the. I think it wasn't the wizardry book. I think.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
an edition, a rules edition book that
Exactly. It was that brown book
yeah.
with the.
So
wizard.
I've never had them. I don't know if I have anything personally against them. They've just never been part of my campaign.
I know I discussed them, Gabriel, and especially Mage Gavin before, but I haven't pulled the rules out because technically they're still in playtest, and technically I'm holding off on giving out class information until after I know which ones are going in the Altimeter box set. So yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, fighting new classes to make for each level advancement. No, I don't do titles at all for them. Because I don't use. It's a good point, though, Doc. It's like
That was one of the cool things from the old
It
school
was,
was that each level had a title. That was kind of
It
awesome.
is neat, but we never used
Yeah.
them. We never. So if we used them,
You're
I'd do
supposed to
it.
get a castle when you're Lord. Yeah.
Or yeah.
Who's
Something.
gonna buy it? Who's gonna pay for this shit?
Oh,
Yeah.
you're supposed to get one from hard-earned work. so to speak.
Yes, you're supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're powerful enough to just go out and steal one. So yeah.
So I'm
We
interested.
kill the
Mhm.
previous owner.
Exactly, and take his
Ha-
loot and take it over.
So
Yeah.
Dennis, what's F-18? You never said F-18.
Oh, did I? F-18. F-18's the Silver Garter.
Ah, so that got moved in Rogers, I bet, because
Well, it was
it's
originally
River Quarter.
an R, but Roger redefined the boundaries of
Roger,
Quarter.
there it is. So, all right,
Yeah.
we're gonna have some crossovers here because R goes all the way down here. All right, well then
Yeah.
we'll talk about them as we discuss the River Quarter, and then we'll say
Yeah,
these are in the Foreign
okay.
Quarter because so the River Quarter swings all around. Now this is gonna be a mess, everyone. The River Quarter is the most changed one out of all the quarters from all the publications, not counting the gourd ones, obviously, because of Rogers and then Expeditions really changes up a lot of locations. So, long shot, thank you. But we're going to do our best here. So, note that we're going to do some cross-referencing here. Here is, as you can see, these are all the locations noted in Expeditions.
Yep.
Okay. Now it'll run though all the way down and around, so it's a cool map. But those are the noted ones in Expeditions that we're going to talk about. And if you want to read along with Expeditions, we're going to go to around here on page 2021, which is where it starts. Here's the River Quarter here, and then they're just numbered. So some of these and they have like your sub side quests here, but this is the area that a lot of stuff was added to the area here, so that's where we'll do a lot of cross-referencing here. Thanks, Armin.
And they're all in the version 2 map. All of those locations are in the version 2.
Because they wouldn't be in the Journal Gazette one because that was out before this was out.
Yep.
Oh, duh on me. Yeah, so they have to.
Yeah, you got to get used to stop looking at that at the original Gazette map. It's out of date.
But it's the one I have print of.
I know. Sorry.
Thanks for the hype.
Now you're going to have to take version 2 and make it into a big print.
So we're going to have to. That is a great idea. Why don't we figure out a community way to print out a bunch of those? I think that would be awesome. Don't you all think that? That would be fantastic because, like I said, Dennis, it took me 3 years to get a hold of this.
I know. And as soon as you get a hold of it, it's out of date.
Right, but you're not planning on updating anything on your map anytime soon, are you now?
The version 2?
Yeah.
Oh, version 2 is done for a while.
Right. So I think I'm gonna push that a little bit to try. Well, Anna's gonna do the map at some point again in the high resolution.
Well, but Anna's always you're going to be doing your hybrid with Gary's.
Exactly. I will start out with Gary's gourd version.
Yeah,
so to speak.
It's not going to be compatible, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Well, it will be in that sense that I will, of course, place all the
locations.
Every point of interest that is in the box set and on your map and from Adventure, they will get a place exactly. And I will have
making lots of work for yourself.
Oh yes, yeah. I want to take every location from every damn place I can find in Greyhawk lore, so to speak. Should have.
Well, then you know what's going to have to happen after that. Now you're going to give me work because now I'm going to have to put your new locations onto my version too.
Well, I don't think it might be room for all of them. We'll see, but I don't know how many I will add, but there will be a few, but not that many so to
Thanks,
speak.
Rob.
But there will be way more unnamed buildings, so to speak. But I will name
Sure.
a bunch of them. But,
Oh, fuzz.
but the
thanks,
important
man.
bit is that I want to have a vision where I have all the locations, and that is closer to Gary's version than and also have. So I'm going to go over with Jason Savoda when he read through the Gord books and stuff. So I'll go over all these and take notes from all the recordings.
Well, I
and-
mean,
yeah.
and I talked about this with Jay after the last stream, actually, I think, at some
Yeah.
point. I don't I read through all of the Gord books when I was
Mhm.
creating
Yeah, me
my
too.
map. And so every location that is actually mentioned
It's added.
in the Gord books, I added to
Okay,
my map.
good.
And
Yeah.
when you go to the street index,
Mhm.
there's a page on my website with the street index. All of the streets that are mentioned in the Gord books are there. The thing that I found out rereading through all of the books at the time when I was building that was that except for City of Hawks, the other books have virtually no mention of specific locations or streets or
True.
anything.
I think
A
that
lot
was
of it
part of the.
happened
Oh,
out
sorry.
of
Yeah.
yeah, no, but a part of a lot of that, those books were done away from the city of Greyhawk, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's only Saga of Old City, the first bit that is set in
Yeah,
the city, and then the
yeah.
rest of it
It's
is.
all over
But
Flannis.
But
to
there
me,
is,
yeah.
go ahead.
I was going to say there seems to be almost like a policy that the city is very vaguely described in Saga of Old City. Once you get
Yeah,
into City of Hawks, where Gary was not part of TSR anymore, he went probably deliberately deep because he knew
Yeah.
this is the only product I can get out. But when Saga of Old City was done, it was probably the opposite. They didn't want to spill all the beans because they
Yeah,
wanted to do more products.
And no, I think you're right.
Yeah, the box set was in. It was already in not in the making, but it was already decided that they were going to make one, so to speak. So
Right.
when Saga of Old City was written, the City of box set was taking shape, at least in Gary's head, I'm sure, so to speak.
Well,
that it was. Yeah.
There's one
Whoa.
chapter in the books where it describes
I do have a new
Gord, who's traveling from one part of the city to another, and it
Mhm.
literally lists. It goes
There's a new
through. He
remote for y'all.
crosses the
Oh,
street.
thank
He
you.
jumps
Yeah.
over another
Mhm.
street.
Winner gets
And
two.
so there lists a whole bunch of streets.
Yep.
Well, so what I did was I sketched out that narrative, and when I named the streets on my street index, I use those names
Mhm.
in the sequence.
Yep.
So
You
even
have
though
to.
my map has nothing to do with Gary's original map, if you are reading the novel,
Mhm.
you can follow Gord's path on
Yep.
my
Mhm.
version of the map, going through the streets up
That's-
through from the lower
Most
part
of that's
the
down here, right?
That's you have to
Oh, oops.
you have to be able to do that, otherwise you
Yeah.
suffer.
Yeah.
It's
Most of that's in this section down here in the Arsen Quarter,
Mhm.
correct?
Yes. Well,
down here.
he starts. No, well, actually, he starts off. It's been like 30 years since I read that book,
yeah.
but he starts off down in
Patrick, thanks for giving me
Thieves' Quarter.
Right.
He's
And
born in the slum quarters. That's when his journey
Yeah.
starts. But then he moves.
And
moves,
then let me.
yeah.
Where's
Where heck that is, but yeah.
where's my street index? Hang on here. Street index. There we go. Oh, we got two computers going here.
It's
So.
okay.
Okay, so there's the street index.
Yeah, the Augsburg locations are trickier, but we'll see if I can
So
accommodate some of them too.
things
Yeah.
like Snake Street, Toss Spot Lane, Rag Alley, Felbow Close, all of those, Hot Hand Street, those are all names that came out of the novel.
Mhm.
And so when I labeled the
Now there's a
streets,
street
I
index
named
map,
them based on his path going
Yeah.
from the southeast corner, which is where, well, on the far east side, I have Odd Alley. It's there.
Right.
Odd Alley is there.
It's yeah.
And
it's
so going from there towards the northwest,
Yeah.
he hops down all of those roads, right? And
Right.
so they match the
Yeah.
novels.
It's
But
it's
there's
kind of
so few locations that
Right. Look at
that
all, you got a lot of openings.
Gary
yeah, they-
actually names, right?
Oh yeah,
Right.
it's not. Well, there are overall there are a bunch of locations, but they are spread out through the books, so to speak. You have to read a lot to get to them, and it's interesting
Yeah,
because
well, and I
if you,
did. I read through, as I said, I read through all
yeah.
of the novels.
Yeah, I read
and
them twice now
pulled
in
every
30. Yeah.
single location that
Mhm. Yeah.
could be had.
Yeah, it's kind of, but it's interesting because in Gary's version, the direction is probably the opposite. You come from the north and go south. Is my
Yeah, I think
guess.
you're probably right. But
Yeah,
I was
so
limited
you can
with
do
what I could
yeah, exactly. You
do.
can make both maps match the story. It's
Yes.
because the story doesn't tell exactly with direction, thankfully. So
Yeah.
therefore you can get it right one way or the other.
I'm
But
going to
yeah.
Jay, I'm going to put the street map link
Yep.
in the
Oh,
chat
that's
I
there.
wonderful.
have it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh,
I had enough
perfect.
maps up.
Thank you.
And
Here, I got it right
yeah,
here.
so all of the street names are there.
Look,
Mhm.
there you go. I have it all.
Oh,
There's-
there you go. Yep, you
Yeah,
do
I
there.
just
And
another
so a lot of those
cross-reference.
streets in the eastern half
There's
of
Odd Alley back here.
East Quarter they're from the books. They're not from anywhere else.
Yeah, this is good. You did a good job with this. But this is on the older one, which I
Yes.
guess the
Is that
streets
from
didn't
Saga
change.
Old City or is it City of Hawks as
Oh,
well?
I don't remember. I did both of them, but
Okay,
that
good.
particular
Yep.
chapter that narrates him jumping from, rooftop to rooftop across streets, I don't remember which of those two books it was in.
I think it's in the City of Hawks. But on the other hand, both City of Hawks and Saga of Old City have the same story, just told from two different perspectives.
Oh,
Because it's
okay.
both from when he was born and later his mother, so to speak, and then he escapes, runs away from home and ends up in the workhouse or the penal house, whatever it's called. And so that story is told, but from a different perspective. You get to understand what the true story is in Saga of Old City, in the or City of Hawks. Sorry, in Saga of Old City, you just get it from Gord's perspective, but in the City of Hawks, you get like the true story, so to speak.
There aren't a lot of street gangster stories because the Thieves Guild runs everything. You got the Beggars Guild. Then a lot of the gangs are like, well, if you count the People's Constables as a gang, they're subsidized
then
by
the
the government.
Assassins Guild as well.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Assassins Guild.
then,
it's more guildish, not
but
a lot of
in Saga of
gangs
Old
in New
City,
York.
you have the local little street gang that just torments Gord, that are just the local little hoodlums that are not part of any bigger groups.
Right, not an organized group. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just the city, the local teenage gangs, so to speak.
It's all very cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this up here, and let's see how this is going to be. This is going to be cross-reference amongst cross-referencing. This is going to be tough, but we're going to do it. We're going to persevere here. So.
So are you out of F now, or you?
Yes, we're going to go to River Quarter here. So
because you've still got the other 38 Fs, right?
The other 38 Fs. I think we did them though, didn't we? That's the ones we did. We discussed them last time you were on too. In the market.
I think we did. Those come from Midnight's Muddle, the Dragon magazine issue.
Right. And who wrote that?
It was created as part of the Age of Worms.
And we're talking about
stuff.
This section right here.
Dragon magazine 128.
Okay, cool.
And all of those numbers without an F in front of them, they all come from that article, from the Midnight's Muddle article.
I'm writing that down. Number 128. Dungeon or Dragon 128?
Dragon 128.
That's well before Age of Worms. It's got to be Dungeon.
Is it?
It's Dungeon. It's got to be Dungeon.
Is it?
Yeah, Dragon 128's like in the 80s.
Do I have... Maybe I have that wrong.
Because all the Age of Worms stuff was in Dungeons.
Pretty sure Midnight's Muddle was an Age of Worms thing.
Right, but it was all in Dungeons.
Okay, then it was...
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Here, you know what? I'll bring it up. Let's bring up Dungeon 128.
Let's see what it says.
Let's bring up Dungeon 128. Dungeon Magazine, number 128. Because remember, we went over all these.
I may have to correct my
128.
webpage.
Yeah, look, because there, it's Free City Arena, dude, right there, Rackham.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep.
Let's see
Okay.
where
I
it is.
have to fix my webpage.
Backdrop the Free City. There it is. Yep, number 64.
Ah,
page
okay.
64.
Mental note.
That's
I
all
need
right.
to
Minor
change that.
mistake, dude. No
Mhm.
big deal.
It's that for work forever on stuff.
Yeah, here it
Yeah.
is. There it is. Midnight Muddle.
Awesome. Okay. Yep. Yep. No, you're right. Your memory's better than mine.
Well, it just by what do you call it?
What
Time.
Numbers. No, you're right.
what
128 is
dungeon-
old.
Dungeon
what-
128.
Dungeon 128.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Richard Pett, too.
Pett
Yeah,
did it. Yeah.
it's a Lazaretti map. So there you go.
128.
Yeah, instead of Dragon 128,
Awesome.
Dungeon 128.
Yep.
Yep.
hmm
It was Rackham.
All right.
Yep. All right.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay, here comes the mess, because this is going to be so different here. We're having fun with this. So, yo, Falconmouth, what's up? We are talking, going over all these Free City Greyhawk locations, and the River Corridor is the most changed out of all of them over time, and it just has to do with it being the focal point mostly for Expeditions Ruins of Greyhawk, and so here we go. I'm gonna go here, and there's the model, and we're gonna go up to here, and we're gonna start here R1, which I'm assuming City Watch. City Watch location, is that what yours is, Dennis?
R1. Yes, City Watch. Yep.
City Watch, we got that. City Watch, that was easy. That one. Now it gets worse. Now the Green Dragon Inn is the
R2.
one of the most famous restaurants or establishments for food in all of Greyhawk, and there's
And
R2.
has such a tiny paragraph there.
It does, because it
Yeah.
says it's detailed in a whole nother chapter, right?
Yeah.
It's folks. It's actually by itself in Folks, Feuds, and Factions, chapter 6. Yeah.
And I'm sure Roger's got a chunk in there too.
Absolutely. So I just traded an Arcticana and now we're going to do a couple split. Cool. 58 dungeon mags. Wow. That's all right, man. If you got them, do it, man. And no problem. There we go. Low Seas Tavern. Is that your 3? R3. Low Seas. Dennis?
Low Seas is R3. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We're good still. Watch all of these other ones we're going to get to because they all are detailed in Expeditions.
Well, those are the ones that are going to be 20 plus. Right?
Yes, absolutely. But they're 1 through whatever in the Expeditions book, so we're going to cross-reference them. So then we keep on going here. R4, the Wizard's Hat Inn.
Roger.
Yeah, and that is R4. And what's R5, R6? They're short.
Guild Station of the Night Watchman.
Right, and then R6, Tarnick McLugan's Warehouse.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, we're good still. And that's R6, and that's, look at it. It's big and circular, which is kind of weird for a warehouse, but that's it there. And then you got the Guild of the Night Watchman here. All right, and then we got, now this location is huge. I don't know the number. I think is you kept it the same and I kept it the same, but it's different in Expeditions, and that's the River Rat, or maybe that's only one that's the same. Give me a second here.
R7 is River Rat. Yeah.
Right, and here I think it's under here, so it may have stayed the same, but there's a River Rat on mine as well. My cross.
Yeah, no, it's the same location. The building is in the same spot. I just added buildings around it, filled in the space.
So this is the Rennie Hangout inside the city, and it plays a big role in Expeditions. So that is one of the ones that is continued to be used. And if we go to Expeditions, we check it out here. I'll just skip ahead to it, and I'm surprised he kept that one the same. No, they didn't. No, Noah's Palm, Low Seas. They didn't keep it the same. Oh, they changed the name. That's what they did. It was a different name. It was at the Low Seas. Look, Low Seas is R9 in here too, which is different. So look, they're all different numbers in here. Lord of the Lake, Perth, and Dark Moon.
Well, I mean, they're when they numbered them for expedition, they're not going to use the same numbers from the main
Right.
map because most of the buildings on the main map are not in expedition, right?
True.
So you can't match the expedition numbers
Okay.
because of that, right?
Yeah.
It's a subset of our.
True. So the river rat here is a Rennie. His name is Zalkin Sooth. So he never intervenes to break up fights. And yes, more information on the Rennie there in the folk feud and factions. R8's a Temple
Yep.
of Fultus, which has a big player in expeditions as well, and that's this nutty guy right here, Father Caligor.
Nah.
Right? Yeah. So he is.
Oh, he looks cool.
Yeah, he's all tatted up and scarred, and
Mhm.
yeah, and Father Caligor is
I love the book. It has the Cuthbert symbol on it.
right. He is
Looks great.
he is the most fervent what would be fanatic I've ever seen written up for.
It's like the chapeau, or what is it? The which one?
I
Is
think he's
the,
a billet. I think he was
the
a
billet. Okay, yeah,
yeah,
the ones that are the ones
enforcers.
that
Yeah. So
and he has a Cuthbert tattoo and
yeah, on
and
his
all that
body
too.
and all. Yeah.
Wow.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like he's always looked. He looks like he doesn't eat ever because he's all about the religion.
Mhm.
If I recall in
Yeah,
the
he's a
expeditions,
fanatic.
it was very
Yeah,
well written up. It absolutely was. It was a fun.
cool. Yeah.
They did really well with all the with a lot of it here. All right, let me go back to this Temple Fultus. All right, one of my favorites of all time, R9. Is that Selzik for you there too?
R9 Gobayuk's
Yes.
Undertakers.
Selzik Gubayuk, the Undertaker and the head of the Gravediggers and Embalmers Guild.
Right.
So, second in command in my campaign of the Gravediggers and Embalmers Guild is Bill's character, Salen Shadowmoon, the one who tried taking over the world when he put the crown of Ruggiero Bloodmoon on, which is in fact the same named as the tongue that Eric Mona's character Venarium Vord stole in Virtual Crowd Con 1 and sold to, he says, to Obni. But I've said this a couple times. When we have on May 18th the wedding in Altamira, all the chickens are coming home to roost. That's all I'm gonna say. Fun times are coming. So Selzik, yes. So Salen is second in command of the Gravediggers and Embalmers Guild, and he's a half elf. He's waiting out. Selzik's half orc. He's gonna die of old age eventually, or he'll just animate him at that point. That's what he tells me.
Necromancer.
Yeah, exactly. He's a necromancer.
Death Master, like from.
Yes, but yeah. How many times did you talk on Facebook with Len? Goes, you can't be a PC Deathmaster ever, because they're chaotic evil. I'm like, yeah, Len, we're not using them as PCs. Len, relax, we're not.
yeah. I've used Deathmasters. There's one in the cemetery in the city of Melkot, but they've always only been NPCs.
Yeah, that could be, always is NPC. But see, I like the Necromancer class myself. That's a class we got to go over in a Gabbin again soon. We'll get Alan. Alan's is a little different than mine. Do you have a Necromancer in your game class?
No, not really.
I like, when you take second edition, and then I hate the spheres. I turn them into their own classes. And with the complete book of Necromancers, you can really, and a lot of spells from the Great Knight Spellbook and from the Rock and Rituals books, the third edition, can create a really good class. But just
my house rules have definitely necromancy is one of the big things, and you can specialize in it just like you can in any of the schools, or you can specialize in other types like shadow magic or and stuff like that too. So some of them are not schools
as a
per
wizard
se.
in my campaign, you can specialize in one of the schools. But no one's ever chosen to specialize in necromancy.
Right.
I have that. Yeah, I have that. You can specialize in schools, but you can also specialize in other types of magic, like shadow magic, because shadow magic is not a school, but you can still specialize in it if you want to.
I mean, I have a shadow magic class. So here's the different thing that I do. I don't like the second edition spheres things. I take that and I'll back it into its own first edition class. Necromancer's its own class. Shadow
Mhm.
Mage is its own class.
Yeah.
I Evoker, forget
Like
that. I have the
illusionist.
Elementalists. They're all Evokers, the Elementalists. There's 6 of them, different Elementals. That's what I've done. I've converted them into first edition classes instead,
Oh, okay.
yeah, with their own spell lists. So yeah, but hey, it's all how
Yeah,
how
it's
do you
so
fill the
cool.
tire of air? It's all right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's a good, Shadow Mage isn't a class; it's a lifestyle. Well, Shadow Mage is a great
Mhm.
class because most Shadow Mages are multi-class.
It's a
and
lifestyle. That's a cool one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and they're
Yeah.
all usually a thief, assassin, or bounty hunter. One of the 3. All right, the
Yeah.
Barge Inn is one of the largest buildings. Is that R11 for you still, Dennis?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it is I mean, and you can see on this map, it's the same size I think on yours too, where it
Yeah.
just is a
Oh,
monstrosity.
it's traced. It's exactly the same size and
Yeah,
shape on mine.
absolutely. The Barge Inn, which is kind of a funny name with a double meaning, which is neat.
Most of the buildings that are labeled on my map, they're the exact same building shape as the other. I just filled in the
Filled in
space
buildings
around it.
around it. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So as we continue on here, you got the Barge Inn, and that is let's see here, Brack Snagtooth. Rusty enforcer, what little there is at the end. So the owner manager, he is a dwarf originally from Graysmere, banned from that stronghold a century ago from some forgotten slight. So you have a dwarf there, dwarven place. R12, the Temple of Ral. If I recall, the Ral priest is the highest that I know of in Greyhawk, because he's like 16th or 18th, really high level. This is as of the Free City of Greyhawk box set. So I'm trying to find R12 here. It should be swinging. There it is. So this is now, these may be Foreign Quarter ones in Roger Morris too. Going this far down, I think. Yeah, this is where. Yeah, this is where you start
Let
effing
me
them.
scroll back up to the Fs again here.
Yeah, is that F17?
Yes, F17 Temple of Rao.
Yeah, there it is. So there, and that's where the changeover goes on Dennis's, because Roger changed them over to Fs.
Because of Roger, yeah.
Because Roger's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why are there just a crescent moon inside a crescent moon? I think that's what he thought, and he said it doesn't make sense that the river quarter's running down here. Okay, Roger,
Yeah.
no problem.
Because it's pretty far away from the river at that point.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely. But all these locations coming up through F20, I believe. No, F20 is yours.
Yeah.
Through F19 are river quarter locations. As you can see, like I said, it's a bit of a mess to keep track of. But with Dennis here, it's becoming rather easy. All right, here it is, the Silver Garter, R13. Yes.
Yeah, it's F18 on
Yep.
my map. Yeah.
One of the most infamous social establishments in the Free City. While its exact nature is too delicate to be discussed in a scholarly study, it must be stated the name of this establishment pretty much sets the tone. So there you go.
Probably not delicate at all.
Yeah. The proprietress is an ogress, only known as Rhina. Now, whether she's a full ogre or a half ogre, you don't know. But I wouldn't mess with her as an 11th level fighter. Yes. 8 garter bouncers. So now another thing that I did here.
Look at that two-handed sword she's got. Holy crap.
+3 with 18.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with her.
And this is before its specialization, or it's not listed here.
Yeah,
she's
it's not
single.
listed.
She can't double.
It's
But single specialization gonna make it even nastier. And in my game, we do strength. Two-handed strength is 1.5 times, so it's +3 and round up +3 +9 without even the plus of the weapon. A lot of damage. All right, so let's. So the Temple of Tritharion is next. I want to show this because this is also a couple other locations on my map. It's the other map. Give me one sec. Okay, there's a Silver Garter. All right, so here's the row of Tritharion. Also, R15, which used to be, I think that's our Luke's house who's got killed. So I'll talk about that too. Let me just cross-reference it with yours here. Are we correct on that, there, Dennis? R14 is the Temple of Tritharion, and they own the whole block according to this.
Yeah, F19 is Temple of Tritharion.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, so, F20
is
yeah, except because he's killed, right?
Yes, he's dead. So
it's called the Fallen Mage Townhouse in Rogers in Tab.
So there is an adventure, I believe in Dragon. No, I believe it's in Dungeon. It's in one of those. I can't remember
Okay.
where it was. Where the whole adventure is, you buy. Whoops. There is an auction for Alux's house.
Oh.
Yeah. And I can't remember where it is, but I remember I did it. So from the Iron Brigade, Alan's Gnome Illusionist Thief, Kroger Blackrock bought Alux's house and won it in a bid. And I think his bid was 41,000 gold pieces, if I recall. He got it. So, and now he has chromatic orbs, right? And whenever he hits something with a petrification part of it, turns them into a statue, he holds out the back of their head so they're gone. He puts them on the front lawn as a lawn ornament. So that's, yes. So that's, and this whole,
Yeah, that's the same spot that I have it in.
Okay, this whole block is a sorority, is all owned by Tritherian according to the book, and so from that, and you have it as 19 and 20 here. Yeah, so this whole block here, and one of these is the sorority house that a lot of members of Tritherian
Okay.
stay in. Yes, including Walt's barbarian Inga Johansson. So she is a resident of that right there, and that's why I have sorority house Tritherian just handwritten in right there. So
Right.
Yep. Okay. And look, A1, I wrote that in that's from Expeditions. I put it on the map, on my hand map there too. All right, let's keep going here. All right. Oh, that's it. So all right. So I'm assuming R16 on is all Expeditions.
Let me see. R6. Let me go back down to R.
Yes.
R15's an abandoned house, and that is the result of. Well,
Yeah.
we've got the Dogtail Inn as R12. Main Lady is R13. The Sea Willow R14.
All right, wait.
Abandoned.
R12 is different. So what's R12?
The Dogtail Inn.
Oh, I wonder what that's from. That's got to be something maybe Roger did.
I think it is.
It's a Roger. It sounds like it. It sounds like a Roger name. Wow, lots of, my gosh, Anna, this is like cross-reference on cross-reference.
Yep.
Let me go. Okay, I can get rid of this map now.
Fresh Fallen Mage. Where we go?
Yeah, I can get rid of this one. Okay. Let's see here. So it would be right here in this one. Yeah, so that's new.
Don't remember where that comes from.
So, but right near R12 on my map is the Noble Pawn, which I made up, which is right there in the river corridor on the old map, and that is Bill's character Galena Senjak. She's a dual class thief illusionist human, and she is actually the head of the river corridor. She took Thomas Rotek. Yeah, she took Thomas Rotek's place when during the Thieves Guild War. So yeah, since Greyhawk City is a metropolis, name convention. I don't think there's any, because remember, the one thing you do not want to draw from is culture. I mean, we pulled names out of there, but I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any specific culture it's pulled from.
Well, you can start thinking about what used to be. It's Oridian or ARD names since Greyhawk became a city, but prior to that, we don't really know. Was it Flan? Was it whatever? But I think it's kind of cool. You can have an older naming convention. I did the same for Critwall. The original names are Flan, and then the later names are ARD names for the most part, so to speak. And so I try to, there's like a dual naming convention. There's still some names that are old Flan that are still kind of shiny.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
What's up, Phoenixy? It's a good question.
You know, I have a sneaking suspicion Dogtail Inn, Main Lady, and Sea Willow may have been from the Gord books, actually.
R12, R13, and R14?
I have a feeling, yeah.
It's so funny because this is River Street, right? So it's like R13's here. Here's where the Noble Pawn would be on this map right here. And then this warehouse here Galena owns as well, this building here behind this one. which is kind of interesting. So if you run those along that area, R12, R13, R14, very cool.
And so then R15 is an abandoned house that's there because of the Undercity map from the box set.
I'm looking
There's
for
a
R15.
tunnel that comes
Oh, I
up
see it.
into the base.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, there's a tunnel that
Oh,
comes up, and I think that's the exit to the tunnel.
Yeah.
Then it starts into other things. So R16 is an abandoned manor.
right, but it's yes, but
That's the Green Dagger Guild House from Dungeon Magazine 114.
really
Yeah.
green. Wow.
So I added that from one of the adventures from the Dungeon Magazine.
So that is the
Oh, cool.
Green
Yeah.
Dagger Guild
Green
House.
Dagger Guild House.
Are they all?
Mhm.
What happened to them? They all get wiped. I'll have to check that out.
And Sorcerer's Apprentice, that was not a silly question. I think it was an excellent question.
No, yeah,
And
definitely wasn't
then
a silly
what
question.
if you want to base it on some real world culture for
What's
the
up,
Flan or
Enoch?
the Iridia?
Oh yeah.
Then you pick something and then stay with it, so to speak, or
Enoch,
or
you're out of
invent something.
sub there. I'm just saying.
And then starting R17 on,
Is all
those
expeditions.
are all expeditions.
And that's all right.
Yeah.
So that's where we're gonna,
R17 to R27
all right.
are all
So
expeditions.
we're gonna have a trouble with this, but we're gonna give it our best shot here because what I'm gonna do is do this. I'm gonna go here because we already talked about some of these Green Dragon Inns here, City Watch Station. But here's the first
Right.
one: Hald's Apothecary. All right,
That's R17 on
that's
my map.
R17. So there we're good. So, and that is right there, right there. Hald's
Yep.
Apothecary, which is here. There's some really important areas coming up. So the great thing about this is, and this is what I'm attempting to do in my Altamira, is look at the side quests for a lot of these. I love side quests. There's 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Great mushroom hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's that way to make White Silver Elixir.
Desecrating Big Rigby.
Rigby, yeah, because
Right.
Rigby's dead. So the whole thing is the whole thing about this: Rigby is dead, and his corpse has been brought back. He's been hiding from Ayus for years because he let him free, right? And Ayus wants to kill him. So the Ayusians are going to desecrate his body no matter what. Yeah, no matter what. So yeah. All right. Now so thanks, Tim Enoch. I appreciate it. The Dark Moon Monastery is a big one. These are Zuwoken worshippers. Now, Zuwoken is not free when this adventure starts. He's a trapped god. They are missing god. Before this adventure, by the time this adventure ends, that's not the case. So, the Dark Moon Monastery, now, and if we show this on my map here, and I think I have this numbered as on 4. I have it right there where the Dagger building is. See it? That's the Dagger building for you.
Yeah,
because there's so
have
few
it-
buildings there, Dennis.
Well, R18.
Or is that 5? Yeah, R18. So let me go back to this.
R18.
we're having
No,
fun
it
with
should be
this.
still the same one from.
R18's here. Oh no, what was 4 there? Like I said, it's cross-reference nightmare. Everyone, you got to bear with me. Oh yeah, Dark Moon's 4, and then Perthan's 5. Yeah, just all over the place. Everything because there's not enough on this. I didn't realize you were using your map at the time. Oh, when I played this, I didn't have your map. That's right. That was
Right.
before we were streaming. I didn't have your map at that point. All right. So there's the Dark Moon Monastery, R18. So in this adventure and expeditions, if you have a monk. And we did in the Iron Brigade, Kieran Winchester. They can challenge the champion of the Zuwoken group, and if they win, they become the champion of them, and also gain a level of experience, if I recall. So it's a pretty big thing in the adventure. That's the Dark Moon Monastery. So that's a neat thing. Here, details of running this contest. It's right here. Appear in chapter 4. So, yep. And by the way, Roblar's all throughout this, and whether you like it or not, Eric tries to undo all the Roblar damage that was done.
Yeah, he did.
So, yeah. You don't need to get into that. All right, this is cool too. R5, the Pirthan estate.
I have that as R19.
Okay. It's right here. Okay, that's close enough. I have it right where you had it. Because remember, my map is missing buildings galore from the old
Right.
map. So there. Right there. Oh no, I don't. R2, R5. There. That's where I had it. All right. So on this, what happens here is part of the entire chain of expeditions goes through the Pirthan estate, including cultists of Ayus are in here. All right. And then it's an abandoned estate. No unanswered raps upon the manor's tightly boarded doors and windows. Well, you can, if you clear this out, there's a sub adventure. You deal with everything here. They offer you to purchase this. This building
Oh.
can be purchased. So the Iron Brigade in my group and my campaign owns this building now, and they have turned it into their own guild hall because they're the highest rated mercenary unit in all of Greyhawk. So this is their building. Yeah. So that's what happened there in that, which is pretty neat.
Now, before you can own property in Greyhawk, you have to have lived there for a certain number of years.
Right, but these characters are all 11th, 12th level, and they've been there 15 plus years.
I guess
Oh,
they might
there
have
you
like a lot of countries have, they have a so-called investment visa. So if you have enough money, you can just get
Well, yeah.
citizenship almost instantly. Yep.
Yeah, so
You
for
can
example,
bribe your way in. In Greyhawk, I would assume automatically.
Oh,
that's the case.
bribery. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Meaning you have enough money, you can just invest your way into a citizenship.
so Dennis, this is the first adventuring group I ever did in the Free City Greyhawk. And
Oh,
my
okay.
guess is it was late 90s or mid to late 90s. I ran it, and these characters are still there. And that's 30 years of real time. I think in that time, 14 years
Of game time.
game time have passed. They
Oh,
started, humans started at 18. I think they're 32 now, 33, the characters. Yeah, so they've been there for a decade and a half, which is cool. So, yeah, so that's R18. I'm sorry, R19 here, and let's continue onward.
Are there mortgages in Greyhawk? I think if you have good standing enough, you can probably get someone to borrow money, lend you money in order to buy a house because they have the house as security, so they will probably keep the deed and you pay it
20%
off
interest.
until
It's very
until
possible. It's very.
Yeah.
I've never gone that way. I've always gone with buy it and then you get.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah,
buy
but
it,
I'm sure that.
Yeah.
But someone will probably do it because if to be a real estate mogul sounds like it's kind of a profitable way in the real world. So it might very well should be in the fantasy world too, so to speak. If real estate worth a lot of money, someone wants to make money out of it, so to speak.
I had characters who did the same thing. They cleared out an abandoned building and they wanted to buy it, or officially own it. And so there's a page on my website called Registering the Deed. So I turned it into a one-night adventure of them trying to register the deed for this place and all of the bureaucracy that they were screaming at the end of the night. They wanted to kill something.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes
I
when you
ran
need to
it.
get permits after permits, Dennis. Absolutely. It's just in
But
the real world. The red tape is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
But
And they saw red tape galore.
Yeah, I can also see that there are countries where you can't own anything. It's simply all the property is the king's or the emperor or whoever, and then then you can simply lease it for your lifetime or for 10 years or 99 years or something, and you pay a fee to the king every year because all the land and all the properties, like in Ayus, for instance, he might say that Ayus simply say everything within the empire is mine. But you can use it if you pay me a fee every year or something like that, or you are loyal and do good things for me or things that I want you to do. Then you can live there for free, even so. I think there's a lot of different schemes that the traditional ownership we have in at least in the Western world, in the fantasy world. I can imagine many different other ways to solve issues like that too. So and I think it's kind of cool that you have different ways that. In a feudal society, you can't own anything unless you have to pledge allegiance to so and so. That means that you get access to something, or you become a knight of something. They will give you a keep and say, well, but you have to defend it, but it's yours as long as you defend it for the order or something like that.
As you can see, all these.
And oh, by the way, it's on the edge of an ogre. Territory.
Yeah, and Patrick, I meant free I didn't put the question marks there, but they are definitely there, so to speak. And if something is free or not is just a form of perspective. Yeah.
these are the locations that we're discussing and adding on
Yeah.
to them here. And so let's go and continue. The lore of the lake. A bewildering
That's R20 on mine.
R20 array of stuffed
Yep.
creatures dangles from the low ceiling.
Hello, Dale. Yep.
Hey, Dale, good to see you. So, side quest missing pets. As Lord Henway lost some, I think it was it the Rumvaraxes? Whatever it was. Hi, Tim Stronghold. Whatever it was in this
Hello.
one, you got to find some of the pets from Lord Henry's, and they're all over. They're in multiple places. So, always fun, right? Keep you on your toes.
Yep.
So, thanks. Good to see you.
Well,
And
what
then-
happened to those hellhounds that ate the?
Yeah, you.
That's awesome.
They got
And then
s-
desiccating Rigby's still talked about here because everyone knows about that one. All right, so that you said that's R. All right, we'll do that one. And what's Onella's palm?
R21.
R20 and 21. Greyhawk. Oh, they're right next to each other. There you
Yeah.
are.
Yep.
Okay, R20, 21. They're all right here. All right, so there you go. All right, back to cellular poles extend from painted walls to a small storefront. Chimes, strange geometric patterns similar to those on the aprons of the Rennie gypsy folk adorn the walls. So, Onella's palm is Onella Otavi, a middle-aged Rennie wise woman who fled her domineering husband, set up shop here nearly 2 decades ago. So there you go. So she settled down with. So she's living with Serenok, the proprietor of the Nine of Swords. He's in the Artisan Quarter. I think you had it on your map, Dennis. The Nine of Swords.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah. So that was a big ad. I think I made him a duelist in my game, but
Nine
he's
of
not
Swords, A20.
A20. Yeah, he's not the duelist in town because he's not the best here. He's not the training duelist. A20 should be down here. It is. There it is. Yeah, the Nine of Swords is right there. Yep. So, and that was one of the rare ads outside. I think Abel Carter Coaching's another one, and that's A1 or whatever. It was down in this section down here.
Yeah.
That was
somewhere down
another
there.
ad. But most of them were not were only in the River Quarter for that.
Able Core,
Cool.
maybe A23.
Yeah, Phoenix, we're really good because Dennis has those maps done.
Yep,
And
A23 was Able Carter's. Sorry. Yep.
no, it's good. It's good. We're really delving into deep cross referencing, and this is Expeditions to Ruins of Greyhawk. This is technically the last publication ever to come out for Greyhawk. It's 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was the end. The nail in the coffin.
Nail in the coffin. All right, so that's the lore of the lake. Girridins. R23.
R23.
No,
Nulligan's
22.
Trove.
How about
22 is Girridins.
Girridins,
Yes,
that's where we are.
Girridins
So we're on R22, right across the street.
R22.
They're all real close to each other in here, and that's Girridins, and that is Girridins. It's for gearing up for expeditions. Yeah, armor and iron rations, all that stuff. Cheery man named Gurn Girridin. So there you go.
Well, it's like my original Aradox expedition provider.
Yeah.
In the artisans or clerkbird? No, artisans quarters.
Artisans
Quarter. Yeah.
Jethro,
So there's a couple of places like that around town.
Well, there should be. There should be more
There
than one
absolutely
in
should
a
be,
large
yeah.
city. Now here's the low seas because that's an existing location if I recall. We just talked about that. I thought.
Yeah, low seas is R3.
R3, which is right here, right next to it. So that's an existing. They took that and a couple others. So here's low seas right next to it. We already discussed that one. We come back here and we go to Nulligan's Trove. That's another new one. So,
R23.
Yeah. Northwest along Cargo Street. It's got a green continual flame torches and a fire beetle ichor infused sign. It's got a neon sign. That's cool. I didn't even read that. I know he's got some side quest. Lost Vault. So, these apprentice rings are all over the Tower of Zagig. You can, you can find these apprentice rings. Yeah, like gave out, and they're all over the place. You can locate them. Yeah, and that's that. He has a look at this. He has a 10% chance of having any desired item up to 100,000 gold piece in value. That's
Whoa.
insane. That's nuts. But who are we to question Eric? A 6th-level wizard, man. Can you imagine the security you'd have to have on this place?
Yeah.
You could have a furnace from
Tim's
Spelljammer.
character would be trying to rob that guy blind. Oh my gosh.
How
Well,
does he have 100K on hand? Yeah,
that's
a good
any
question.
desired item of 100,000 on hand.
He doesn't
That's
pay
like
that.
artifacts.
He doesn't pay that.
All right, now this legendary guy, they've used a lot, and that's R24, and that's Kellick's Tower.
Right.
And note, because I was so old in the day, and there's no tower around here, so I put it in myself in pencil. There we go. There
Yeah.
it is. But Kellick is in Age of Worms is in multiple publications. He's not a good guy. He was a lot in Diamond Lake too. So, hey, Amy, it's good to see you. It's been a while. Witty, willful wizard Kellick,
Hello.
neutral, evil, male human wizard, chess master of the Green Dragon Inn. So he's like the grand, but he cheats.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So you play him. You can play him in Dragon Chess or whatever. There are rules
How
on
do you
chess
cheat
and old
in
dragons.
How do you cheat in chess?
Because he uses ESP, I think, or something.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, it's not like poker.
Yeah. He moves, but he also is a seeker, so he's a double bad guy. Yeah. So he offers on-the-spot sponsoring for membership in the Seekers, a Secret Explorers Society based in the District R14, which is coming up. So yeah, so he's not a good guy here. So, but he's got a tower now. So, wasn't Kellick the old boy toy wizard from the base? He may have been BB, and they may have just used him in honor. It's very possible. So, yeah. Oh, he was the D&D cartoon. That's it. That's why Eric used him. No, Amy got it. He's in the D&D cartoon. That's it. You're right, Amy. You're dead on. Eric knows all the little. Yeah, good job. Wow.
The lore master himself.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, Wenger kicked his ass. Well, yeah, he deserved it. All right, so almost done here. River Quarter Mission.
R25 on mine.
Yep, and that's R12 in here. So, and this is like this is where that the tattooed St. Cuthbert priest, a picture of him earlier. That's where he goes all the time. So R25 right here. That's the mission to help the downtrodden. Yep. Yeah, he was capturing unicorns to get power to beat Wenger. Durgam, thank you. Whew, man, you guys bringing back memories now. I got it on DVDs though. I don't even know if I have any of my DVD players working. I have it on my old computer downstairs. I still have a DVD player. Oops, sorry, I'm hitting too many buttons here. All right, River Quarter Mission, and here's another side quest left behind here. The Widow Retha. And it tells you, you need to find people. If I recall, recover them. And corpses too. Oh my God! All right, here's the Usite. Here's one of the Usite safe houses. There are multiple ones around, and this is I think I put that on my map here. That's where I put it, right there. All right, that's 13. Where do you have an Usite safe house?
R26.
R26. Okay, let me do this.
There's one in the dead end.
Here it is.
Right in the center of that. Yeah.
There it is. Yep.
Did I put more than one, or is there just the one?
I think just the one.
Were they supposed to be more than one?
No, but you have the haunted. Oh, by the way, the Pertham Estate's a haunted house. I forgot. It's different, but you can have Isites in there, but it's a haunted house.
All right.
Have you run this? I did, yeah. I ran it before we streamed, right before we started streaming. We ran this through I'm going to say the end of 2016 through the end of 2017, maybe slightly into 2018. Because if you remember, I go back to this one once again. We talked about this the first time Dennis was on. We talked about the adventure that's in the Great Burn, right? That oh gosh, what's his name wrote? Shoot, A Question of Measles, right? Is that what it's called?
I don't
Yeah,
remember, I'm afraid.
yeah. That adventure all in the great, and I took and ran the Iron Brigade, and I had also a feeder group. I had Iron Fury, which a lot of people, those characters from Horror in the Holes. A lot of those characters in there, Tabitha, Fionn, are all in that book, are all in Holes, and they were coming up at the time. So I had high level adventures running, and I supplemented it with low level adventures that they were doing side quests for them. So that thing stretched out to this book it took us a year and a half to do through adventures. About a year and a half we ran it. A whole series of adventures. Each chapter was an adventure. I want to say it was great. That's why I liked it so much, and it culminates in a very interesting ending. So, all right. So that's the Iusite safe house. But it's one of those things that, man, I wish I had streamed all of it because it was awesome. So look at all this stuff here. Desecrating Rigby, Lost Caravans. You got more coming up, and here's Geld's. Here's the last one. Geld's maps, and it's a Seeker Lodge here too. So R14, what do you have it as, Dennis?
R27.
Okay. That's probably, is that down far? That's F27.
Nope, it's off to the right.
Oh, there it is.
Yep,
Okay.
you got
All
it.
right, cool. So R27. All right, so with that one, as we finish this up here, and Master Cartographer Lazarin Geld. So, like the wizard character, Lazarin Geld wears a silver ring bearing an 8-pointed star. So he's a member of the Seekers as well. So the society serves as an adventure, generating long after PCs are tired of exploring Castle Greyhawk, because they want to keep magic out of the hands of normal people, basically. And here's Stilgar's map fragments. You can find pieces of map all over the place throughout expeditions to the ruins of Greyhawk. It's almost like a WoW adventure where you got to collect pieces. That and the rings, apprentice rings, are all over the place in expeditions, if I recall. Also, the White Shiver elixir is at the very bottom of one of the towers, the very, very bottom. And that's another one, too, for the apothecary. So they did they did a really good job sharing these locations and adding stuff in here beyond beyond what Dennis did and beyond what Roger Moore did to give you all the sections. Oh yeah, you put it right there. It's right where it is. Yeah, 14.
Yep.
Very cool. All right, but we're not done yet here, because Dennis has a whole area. Let's try and get to and see what he has out here. All right, what do you got in the wharf, Dennis? Here's all the wharf sections out here, which is brand new unless you have Living Greyhawk Journal Gazette 2 or better. So if you want to highlight some of them, feel free.
Well, there were a couple of locations that were original to the box set.
Okay.
The first couple of numbers, let me scroll back up to.
I see W2A, 2C.
W, where's my W's? There we go.
W1's way up
So
here.
there was the Temple of Zerbo and Osprem was original, and then the offices for the Cargo Inspectorate and Warehouse. There's several there. The Dockers, so those are all numbered 2A through D.
Okay.
The different offices.
Nice.
Then W3 is Dockers and Wharfmen's Union Hall.
Right, and that's right here, a big building. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and I think W4 is also from the box set, and that would have been Pilots and Seamen's Guild Hall.
Okay.
What does Roger have for outside?
I don't know if there was a
space?
Pilots and Seamen's Guild Hall. Was there? I don't think there was.
Maybe I added that.
I think you added that. I don't recall
that. That's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah.
It made sense to me
Yeah.
at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Max, good to see you.
Undercity. Yeah, because I added What were those numbered originally? Because there wasn't a W, was there, in the
No, there
original
wasn't.
map? You've got your easy access to the original. What does the original map have up in that area?
Oh, okay. One sec. Right there?
Just yeah.
I don't think anything.
No, there are a couple of buildings there in the original map.
Oh, there they are. Cargo gate. There are no numbers.
No, oh, so no numbers.
No
Oh, okay.
numbers.
I was gonna say, what were they?
Here,
Yeah,
you did
all
these
right.
as W1s up here. This is W1 for you, and then that's W3, and that's a W2. So, but there wasn't any of they weren't numbered at all.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I added all of those.
No,
The
it's
numbers.
fantastic.
All right. And so then I needed warehouses, obviously.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of warehouses there. There's of course, if you've got that many buildings, you've got to have a city watch station. So the city watch station is
Oh, thank you.
W5.
Can you give me a regular water bottle, please? Here, take these. I just got served popcorn from my son.
Sweet.
Here, take that
Awesome.
too. So we're gonna put this Colonel Season's ranch on this popcorn. Yeah. Oh, there's all different. We have like 20 different flavors. Kind of. Yeah, it was a Christmas gift. So. Oh, thanks, Alcimene. Yes. So. Ranch on popcorn's awesome.
Yeah, so I put a bunch of warehouses out there, the city watch station, there's a free trader's office needs to be out there as well on the docks. I put a temple of Procan
Oh, cool.
is W8. Temple of Procan is W8.
There it is.
And then Aradox, my expedition provisions guy, he has a warehouse out there, that's W9.
Okay, right here.
Then Snagtooth Shipbuilding, W10,
That's new.
comes from the Spelljammer box set.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
Spelljammer box set puts a shipbuilder in the city of Greyhawk, and he can repair Spelljammer ships.
Wasn't Snagtooth the guy behind that trap book? Snagtooth's traps or
Maybe, and I
yeah.
don't think that Snagtooth has any connection to.
Yeah, so that's what I thought because
Different
Snagtooth, that's
company.
It's Grimtooth.
exactly.
Death Race.
Grimtooth.
Oh,
Thank
Grimtooth,
you.
you're right.
There you
it
go.
is
And
Grimtooth.
not, yeah, it's
Thank you
Grimtooth.
very much, man.
Yeah, Snagtooth.
Thank you,
yeah.
Jay. Yeah.
And
Death
then
Ray.
I've
Yeah, thank
got
you.
a couple of other things. Fiona Clawhan, where that sounds
Get the door open.
vaguely familiar. Fiona Clawhan is, oh, he's the owner of Snagtooth Shipbuilding, actually, or the manager. So he comes from, actually, you know what? Snagtooth Shipbuilding wasn't original to the Spelljammer box set. It's a Roger creation.
Okay.
Really?
It's in Tab. It's in The Adventure Begins. And then when they did the Spelljammer box set, they included Snagtooth as a guy who could repair. It was Roger that created Tab, or created Snagtooth to start
Okay,
with.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Dropping
Then
popcorn everywhere.
what's
Oh,
the
it's okay.
last
Yep.
few? Alliance of Tenna Workers. That comes from one of the cards, I think. And the Abandoned Smuggler's Warehouse also comes from the cards, the boxes, the box set cards. Because there's an adventure of yeah, I think they're trolls or something that are underneath the in the warehouse.
But note the good thing is that thank God Dennis came on tonight and shared a lot of this with us.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. I don't need to say much because you guys are doing, especially Dennis. This is great.
If you want detail in Greyhawk, it's done for you. No matter where you want to, where you want to start, because there's no reason you can't use this.
It depends. There are a few places that are very detailed, and a lot of it is not detailed at all.
Oh, there's tons
up
that's
for
not
grabs.
detailed. There's so much space.
But there's enough detail here to really get you going.
Oh yeah, in Cedar Greyhawk, yes, definitely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. So it is. So that's going to leave the high quarter citadel and the gray garden quarter, and also Shacktown for us for the next time, the final time we do this, number 4. Any detail on Crockport? No, not like no.
No,
So-
unfortunately, there isn't in Crockport.
So another place we're going to do down the road is we're going to do Hardby, and we're going to cross-reference the Hardby in Dungeon, which I think is Paul Luby's, with the Hardby Nerd Journal 10, which I forget that gentleman's name, but he and I were talking on Facebook, and he'll come on in the future when we do that.
There hard be stuff in the Slavers as
A
well,
little
is
bit,
there?
a little bit, but it's all retaken out of. It's all elaborated on in Paul Luby's Hardby article for
okay.
Greyhawk. Yeah.
Crockport has a little bit of detail from Living Greyhawk, and there's probably a little bit of detail also in the Marklands, but not much.
Not much.
And then there's more in Living Greyhawk, has more, but on the other hand, that might not be your cup of tea.
Well, was it the is there a Battle of Crockport where some of the characters from?
Yeah, it's mentioned. It's because
From
it's
the
caught up
ashes
in the war.
die.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tied up to the struggle
Fisher.
against Ius and stuff.
Grimry, that's
I had them resurrected.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
So he's one of my favorite characters. I don't know why they wouldn't even try to get him resurrected, but I did. So it's okay. Another place, Narwhal, if you go to Living Greyhawk area, has like three or four locations documented. I add them into my Narwhal game.
Now,
but all the
Narwhal is a city that I actually used in my campaign, and so I co-opted a map from the Cities of Harn publication.
Oh.
And used that as the map for Narwhal. So my characters have adventured in Narwhal as a mapped city. But
I've added probably Dennis 7 or 8
unofficial.
locations into my Narwhal. Like,
oh, okay.
yeah. The Sundered Spirit was there. I added the Quill and Inkwell Inn. I added the Deep Cut training. Oh my God, I forget what it's where the duelist is. There's a shield hall there where Bill's character Trevin, the priest of Trifarian, has a location. There's a lot of stuff, but it's not So you get about 15 locations. It's not a big city compared to Greyhawk.
No, it's a very small city compared to the city of Greyhawk. Yeah.
So, any questions from the audience? I know we're getting on time there. Look at that. We almost burned through 2 hours that quick.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. So
I'll show you my one last little thing here that I think you might be interested in.
Yeah, please.
Yes. A little anecdote. Yep.
This is the original hand-drawn map of the city of Greyhawk.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh,
so wait a minute.
I need to get my camera to focus on it.
That got converted to Living Greyhawk Journal Gazette too?
Oh, it's upside down.
Wow.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
So you did it like an architectural drawing.
I did.
Wow, dude. Holy jeez.
That's the original hand-drawn map I did in 1986, and then had it scanned. And then I have one of the original white prints. Remember, I think I mentioned that I had some people who ordered copies of it back then. This is a version of the white print that had the Undercity drawn on it.
I love that. I love that one.
Because it was a special kind of photosensitive paper.
Yeah.
It's turned kind of pink over the decades.
Yeah.
It wasn't originally pink, but that's the copies that I sent out to a few people, including Dave Gross when he was the editor for Dragon Magazine. That was the first time I tried to peddle my map to Wizards of the Coast.
So, how did real quick? How did you was it because of being at Gen Con all that time together when the whole group was there, like, and you're part of that Living Greyhawk crew, and Eric's like,
oh, that was all before Gen Con. That was all before Living Greyhawk.
I'm saying, how did you and Eric decide? How did Eric decide? Hey, I'm using your map for Living Greyhawk Journal Gazette too.
Oh, well, we talked briefly about that when we had my website thing. Yeah. But I sent a copy of my hand drawn map to Noel Graham, scanned it, who had it digitized because he had access to equipment as a building inspector working for the city of Orlando, I think it is, in Florida. And so once I got it digitized, I spent a long time redrawing it in Photoshop and was going to put it on my website. And I sent it to Eric. Well, I sent the original sketch to Dave Gross, who couldn't. He said that he couldn't use it for anything, but that was when they were having the printer problems, right?
Right, right.
And so that's when Watsy came in and bought them. Actually, that was right about that same time. When I was about to put it on my website in '99, I think so, 99, or was it 98? Somewhere around there. Anyways, I sent it to Eric and I said, "Hey, I've finished this. What do you think of it? I'm going to put it
Wow.
on my website." And that's when he told me, because that was when he was beginning to design Living Greyhawk.
Right.
And so nothing had really been released yet at that time. And he said, he's emailed me right back and says, "Don't put it on your website. I may have a use for it.
Oh
Let me
man.
get back to you." And so that's when he decided he wanted. He came up with the idea of printing it as a poster for WGR. Well, 2 eventually, was it? Yeah, 2. WGJ. Sorry. And yeah, so that's how that became. That's what happened there. Is it was something that was always originally going to post to the website, and he says, "No, let's do something else with it."
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
So,
Yep.
hope you enjoyed tonight. This is part 3. We'll have one more part at some point. You know, when we don't have anything special planned, we normally throw these in here. But Dennis is like, "Oh man, I want to come on." I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Wow,
We got a
yes.
lot of information out there that verified that basically Roger Moore made changes, and then Dennis went with them on the changes, and that's how we got and then all the additions into these locations.
Yeah.
And from there and from Expeditions, Schley used this map here, to create
Yep.
to create this map here, for Expeditions. So now we
Yep.
know for sure that was the case, which is awesome to hear.
Oh yeah.
And this was another great discussion tonight, and I really appreciate you
Yeah.
both, coming on for this. So why don't we talk? Let's see what we got going on. Like, what fun things are going on there, Anna? What do you got going?
Well, there will be a mapping live stream on Friday, but it will probably only be me because Linda is out having fun with other cool stuff that evening on Friday. So she will not be joining me. But the
Okay.
yep. But I will fly solo, and I will probably it will be Photoshop doodling on Friday. I have Photoshop work that I should get going with. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah. How dare she go out and have fun?
Right. Absolutely.
Instead of streaming on Fridays. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's gotta get her priority straight. My gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's funny. All right. So you're on again on
Yep.
Friday,
On Friday, that's
solo.
yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Well, that's cool. That
6
works.
p.m. on my channel. So yeah.
So, well, thank you very much for coming
Oh, and
on here. And
thank
of
you,
course, yeah.
Dennis, for coming on tonight. This is awesome to have you.
Yeah,
Thanks
this
for
was-
letting
As
me on.
always.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Elbowed my way in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
City of Greyhawk, I'm in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
I think we both learned some stuff.
Oh yeah,
tonight,
I've taken notes here
I
the
learned.
whole the evening here. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Dennis, what's going on with you?
Marking term papers and getting ready for the
Ah.
final exam on Friday for my course. That's the only
Oh.
thing in my world right now.
Okay. Well, that's
So
all right. That's good.
I'm surprised I haven't been pummeled by emails from my students yet. But I'm sure they're
questions
coming.
and
The
stuff.
flood will
Yeah.
come. Yeah. Mhm.
I teach a university dinosaur course.
Oh,
Oh,
that
wow.
sounds fun.
It is fun to teach, being a
Yeah.
paleontologist especially.
Yeah, definitely. That's
But-
awesome.
It's a fun course.
Yeah.
Well, Dennis, I'll let you know when we do the last one. Thanks a lot
90,
for that.
90 term papers to read. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so tomorrow
Yeah.
night.
Okay. Yeah. Keep me in the loop.
I will
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
It's, sometimes these topics go, and Mike comes up with a good idea. Mike his game is on Wednesdays, and sometimes he can be here when he doesn't have his game. And the one last week, it was a Mike idea, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep it simple this week and do this. So, I appreciate you coming on. Definitely, it was a blast. So here's what's going on. Tomorrow night we continue, and here's some a still from one of the fights going on in underground in Harby. Trouble at Skeet's Hideaway, as we have the Covenant Necromancers from, and they're all female. There's one, there's two, and here's the third one of some of them. They found them in the underneath, and the group's fighting them, and the teleporter goes here. So way outside of Harby, near the high pass, but we'll see if they decide to take this trek where all these other nasties are hiding for them and waiting. And that's tomorrow night. We finish up this adventure, Trouble at Skeet's Hideaway, and the Skeet is a 10th level halfling thief of Tom's, and the rest of the group of the Harby the Harby irregulars are here. It'll be fun. That's tomorrow night.
Almost.
Yep, and then Saturday morning.
I come up.
Crank it out with the BattleTech. 8 players.
Couple of minutes.
We're almost done. 2 minutes.
Couple of minutes.
Invasion Quarry tomorrow. Saturday morning, 9 a.m. This will be a series of scenarios based on this whole mission, and it'll take a couple months. Yes, Patrick, back in your hatchetman. We're ready to rock and roll with this. And Tim has been hounding me, trying to sneak out what the mission is. First mission is. I'm like, nope. He's like, but you should tell your friends. I'm like, nope. 100 times he's been trying to get me to. Yes, it'll be a blast, that one. And then a week from Saturday is our Champions game with Brett GMing with Bird, Coco, Brett, and myself. That's Saturday, April 27th, and we're going to keep it going on Sunday. I'm going to have multiple. May. We're going to have multiple ones in May. Oh, also a minor gab in 2 weeks. That's Keith Baker on the 28th.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right, coming up. The gabbing this week, I'm working on a guest. We'll see if it happens for this
Puppy
Sunday.
time. Yay.
Yep. Can't wait on
Chico
that.
is passed out. We took a couple of walks today, so it was hot. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And the end. Well, Saturday, May 18th will be this. The Slav Squad 2 Minimum Wedding crossover event, where the chickens will come home to roost.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, by the way, Chico also stole. We have a babysitting another dog, and he stole the other dog's food, all of it. So he's in food coma now.
That's
so
called for the giveaway.
Happy.
You get your choice of 2, and if you're smart, one of them will be. One of them will be this.
I'm sorry, Jay. I'm gonna.
Dennis, have a good one, man. See you.
Yep.
Thanks.
I need to be summoned.
Yep. Bye.
See you, Dennis. Here we go. I'm gonna give it away, and then we'll figure out who we're rating in tonight. I think we're going to read a Folk and Myth. We haven't done Folk and Myth in a while, and they're part of our stream team. So I think it's
going to
run
after the doggy.
Folk and Myth tonight. Okay. I think that's who we'll do.
All right. Let's see.
All right. Here we go. Let me close this out and see who wins tonight, and then we'll go from there, and we'll see you tomorrow night. I think it's going to be Reaper Miniature Giveaway, even though it says Infinite Dimensions. I think it's going to be Reaper tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Closing it out. Winner tonight is Keith, RoGR. All right, Keith, I got you. Your choice of 2.
Awesome.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yes. So you can tell me if you want that one or if you already have it, but we'll pick 2 for you don't have. And congrats. And we'll see everyone tomorrow night. Anna, thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Keeping up.
And Dennis was the heroes of
absolutely.
Yep.
It was great. I knew it was going to be awesome. Just cross-referencing everything between all the publications.
Yeah, I'm taking notes. This is great.
Yeah, and like I said, if you want, I'm going to think about how we print out his latest map on mass, or at least getting a couple out. Keith, do you have Free City Greyhawk? Just let me know if you have it. Already, the box set one, and if you don't, then I'll definitely send you that one, and you can choose another one, an adventure or something. But I'd love to get a map print out of that. So yeah, poster form of some sort. Yeah, we should do that. I mean, because that's a really great map, the new one. Well, and everything's available on this website. You can just print it right off, and you can have it permanently. Put it in a book.
We'll see if the resolution is high enough, though.
I think
Okay,
it should
good.
be. I'm not sure, but maybe you can
Yeah.
give us a higher resolution version.
We'll see.
So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. So hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow night. Enjoy the night, and thank you so very much for the support. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank
Let me see
you.
if I hit the
Yeah.
right button.
Yeah, Phantom. Chico, he's very
Wrong
comfy.
button.
He stole the food of the other dog we're babysitting, so he's in
Uh-oh.
wonderful
Oh,
food coma.
no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's not good. There we
See,
go. Now I'm hitting
wrong
the right
buttons.
button. Yeah, I hit the wrong button.
There
Finally.
you go. Yeah.
Raiding
there you
in,
go.
Folk and Myth. Sit tight, please. And I gotta roll right away here. Raid in. All right. Yes. Nice total. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Let's get this. Choose where it is.
72. That's a good
Yeah,
number.
definitely.
Yep.